I go drink to that.
We in the rum shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
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 So bring a rum, bring it come in the rum shop talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
So bring a rum, bring it come in the rum shop talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
We in the rum shop. David, we live. We in the rum shop. This is episode 7. Today, we are joined by serious. I want to talk, what you talk, but I'll stick up in. We're joined by people who bring in conversation to the conversation. One of the most senior men in entertainment, and we're going to be talking culture, Mr. Peter Rabler, Doctor. Welcome to the rum shop.
Thanks for having me.
And you can't miss, if you're on social media at all, you can't say you know Ola.
How things happen.
One of the biggest voices outside there. Stephan Matterson, well, of course you know Stephan. And we taking it from there. Stephan,
Yes.
they locked down Woodbrook for a carnival. The residents of Woodbrook wasn't happy. Some of them say it take them by storm. There are two types of people who live in Woodbrook. People who making money from Woodbrook and people who live in Woodbrook. I want to ask you a question. Straight up. Culturally, do you think that do you think that we are abusing residential?
Yeah.
Peter Avenue could start from here and use Park Street here where they don't have as many residential people. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, what's happening on Arpita Avenue is very different from what happens in other parts of the world where they have carnival and where they have these kind of entertainment things. And you know, it really have to do with business also, because if you say that you're bringing it here, then you would have some issues. I mean, people wouldn't be able to make the kind of money. The businesses that are really located and set up on Arpita Avenue wouldn't make the kind of revenue they're looking for from something like this. So you have to balance it. And balance
But I grew up in Woodbrook, and I tell you something. Before the first bar opened, I tell people all the time, Arpita Avenue on a Sunday, you gotta play cricket in the middle of Arpita Avenue, no cars passing. And the invasion of bars that took over what is such a perfect residential community. And because it was such a perfect residential community and it provided so much safety and it made so much sense geographically, how it was laid out and accessibility, made it easy prey for people to storm and set up businesses in what was a residential community. But what is more important? And I asking the question, what is more important? Culturally, we need to be able to express, but they have places we can express without destroying granny and grandpa and children who's studying for school or people who just don't want the noise.
Well, that's the next question.
Carnival is not
the area, you know.
Carnival is not the carnival I know when I was small. The loudest truck was the brass truck, but really and truly, the amplification of the trucks now, I know. Or like a jump in anytime, you know, the amplification of the trucks now, when it passes 3 streets down the road, it's shaking in the doors in your house, the windows.
There are
in
two
your
culture men here. I mean, they will be able to talk more about that. You know.
Yes, man, that culture.
Peter, tell me. No, but
Well, I live in Woodbrook right now, right? So, I'm in my neighborhood. As you rightfully said years ago, I wasn't living in Woodbrook at that time, but years ago, you could have played a cricket match on Arpita Avenue. Over the years, they have different sides of the argument, right? That idea about having like a, what do you call it, Bourbon Street, from
well, Bourbon Street is a business street.
well, it's business.
But
there are people
Arpita
live.
Avenue, still have people living.
What I'm saying is that, like a Bourbon Street,
The
they
idea
have
is-
business,
yeah.
they have entertainment and culture and alcohol and dancing and that kind of thing. But people don't live there. Right? Oysters in Barbados, Fish Festival, activity round the clock.
in a residential community.
People don't live in where oysters is.
Well,
The gap, people don't live there.
well, right.
You know what I mean?
So why I mean, geographically, how it laid out, Frederick Street, Henry Street, Richmond Street, all these streets, you could run up and down those streets. Why we can't use that? Why we can't use that? Today, I saw an article on social media in one of the newspapers that a businessman saying people scared to come to town to Port of Spain. I said people only go to Port of Spain now because you're forcing them to.
Port of Spain is a ghost town for
It is
years.
No, but it is a ghost town. I
For
said
years.
if you decentralize the government offices out of Port of Spain, because the 200,000 people that just bring every day to work, like the traffic, yeah? The traffic in the morning and the traffic in the evening.
Yeah.
It's those people that you bring in into town from Point 410 and Tangi Grande and Arima.
Yeah.
You bringing them into town to work in government offices and then you're taking them back home in the evening. If you took those people out of Port of Spain,
Shut down.
Shut down.
Port of Spain will go down.
That's true.
Well, it is literally, if you try to walk up Frederick Street tonight, all around 10 o'clock, that goes down, but it's not the same on Arbiter Avenue. Arbiter Avenue, to me, is where everything happens in Trinidad and Tobago in the night. Right? And the thing is, you know, I hear in here with the logistics of the carnival on Arbiter Avenue, but there are a lot of people who would say that, who will be against moving it from there because most of the businesses are now set up there, the food and entertainment and everything set up there specifically to take advantage of that.
And you can't just get rid of them. We
So-
gonna do, you know.
But we get rid of the people who live in there. We rough them up. I
Yeah, but
remember I
I
went to a
get good
place.
money for the place.
How we fix it back though? How we,
I went to a place. Some people had invited me years ago, and it was right up a side street. I'm trying to remember the name right now. And it was right up the side street, so it's not Arbiter Avenue anymore. It's about one or two buildings up. And I in the what used to be a house backyard, but it is now a club, and an open air and music jamming and we liming, drinking, smoking, whatever you're doing. And I watching 1, 2, 3 bedrooms. People bedrooms 6 feet from our noise. And that is
The thing is, we have a planning problem in Trinidad and Tobago. And that is where the problem lies because the first thing, these people just had to get some kind of approvals
Before you
to
reach
get
approval, though.
bar license and all that kind of thing for
Where's
these
the mayor
businesses.
of Port of Spain to say what you just said?
No.
You just said 5 o'clock this evening. From 5 o'clock, Port of Spain, the capital, is a ghost town. Why they didn't put things in place to rejuvenate Port of Spain for a mix, daytime business, nighttime
Well,
traffic?
it's not the government to do that. It's business to do
If
that.
you couldn't get approvals to do it in Port
And-
of Spain,
right.
if business couldn't expand into St. Clair and Woodbrook, they would have to expand into Port of Spain and make Port of
Well, I
Spain
guess
make
so.
sense.
I guess
That
so.
is how development
I
takes
guess
place.
so. It
without
would
a
have to
doubt.
have some kind of push factor or some kind of pull factor to get people to do that.
Yeah.
Things, activities taking place, and maybe the government could have promote some things under culture for it to be happening so that the life will remain that kind of way, like in some places in Barbados and some of the other Caribbean islands and even in New York. But the thing is, it is what it is.
One of the biggest complaints people have right now throughout this country is noise.
I should say Jamaica.
Noise. People, if you live in somewhere and you spend your whole life, you have a doorway with your children's heights as they grow up and they grow and they wend their way, and you in your retirement in your house, and a bar come and open next door to you, and long weekend
and them
from
bars
Wednesday.
open. Them bars open. Who open them bars? People. It's either people who were living there who rent out the place, people who purchase it for large sums of monies,
Yeah.
or
People sell out, people
something.
sell
But
out.
the,
Right?
but the,
But
but
the thing is,
but
they
the
just want to
licensing-
take it
no, but
from
no, I didn't say
people.
they take it, but the licensing committee had to tell you, you can't get a license, a liquor license. It used to be a 3-mile radius of a church. I don't know what it is now.
I think you can get anything in Trinidad and Tobago once you have the money to pay for
Then
it.
you're supposed to know that. You
You
get
understand?
everything here.
Anything you want in Trinidad and
Money
Tobago,
talks here, you know.
money, you have it. You can
Yeah.
talk to somebody,
Okay,
you can grease a hand, you can get
noise,
Phillip.
noise. People complaining about noise. People want to live and let live, but we're overdoing it. Bars open. I know people complaining that they have places, a bar open today and 24 hours of noise.
And normally
Yeah,
it's our they just survey the place and ask the residents if they're okay with this person getting a liquor license or not.
That's not how it's done anymore.
You know what you just
That's
said?
not done
Yeah.
anymore.
You know what you just said?
Yeah, money
If you
talk,
get-
boy.
That's not how it's done. You know what's done?
Yeah.
Clara Rosa de Lima in St. Anne's.
Right.
She used to live next door to Chinese Association.
Right.
Now, I used to, in another version of my life, I throw plenty party.
Right.
So I distress plenty people.
Yeah.
I talking from both sides. And back in those days, they didn't have so many Fed venues.
Right.
So when you're catching your tail to get a license for Chinese Association, you're vexed. Because Chinese Association was a good venue to throw up a Fed.
I remember that. That
But
was
when
every
you
time,
see,
Peter.
when you see, if you go up that little side street right after Chinese Association, where it's, I think it's taken to the church. It's taken,
Yeah,
it's,
send the church
Yeah.
yeah, there are two churches on that, one on the corner and one further
up
up,
the street.
and the back of the botanical gardens. But as you
Yeah.
turn the corner, they have some apartments. And this woman, Clara Rosa de Lima, her apartment was 3 feet from Chinese Association. So when you throw a fet in Chinese Association, you throw it in her house.
In the house, yeah.
And she, because you asked just now, did they
Yeah.
survey the people? They
Yeah,
don't. They
they
put it on you to go and object. You
Oh,
have to
in
read the
court.
papers
Right, yes.
every day and see that they publish that a fet coming
Yeah.
and go and object.
You still
Or
do
that,
that?
or that so and so getting them, or that the so and so license up for renewal, and you have to go and object. And you are, and if the matter, don't call today and call it tomorrow, you have to go back and you have to be there.
That is still done.
The responsibility is yours. That woman, Clara Rosa de Lima, made it her duty to object every time until it made no more sense.
Wow.
Trying to get a liquor license or a bar, a party in Chinese Association. That's why Fed stopped going in that direction.
Okay.
Residential communities.
So you're asking the question and they're giving us the answer.
No. I just telling you what happened. I just telling you what she did.
Right.
But I tell you, they have people. They have a man who he's been messaging me like he wanna kill himself. He living next to a bar called Red Light District or something. He just be showing me videos from in his house. Now you know they have Spanish girls
Yeah.
at night
Yeah. Yeah.
offering services.
You know-
and he's showing me his video and he's showing me fight and bacchanal going on.
From this place.
You don't know, and don't know if you remember how the last show ended last week. But we spoke a lot about the people and the power that they have.
Yeah.
And you know, you're given the answer to it because really and truly, everything surrounds the people. You know?
Agreed.
And if the people are affected by things, even if it means getting up and protesting,
Organize yourself.
Organize yourself.
They're not doing
Organize
it.
yourself.
They're not
You
doing
know,
it. They're not
That's
You
it,
can
you know.
do
You're
that.
right. People waiting for somebody else to
Right?
come and solve it for them.
Yeah, so-
Organize yourself.
Yeah, that's
Not burning tires, eh?
well, not necessarily, but it
I
all
think
kind of way, you know.
the biting will run out of tire.
But the thing is, you know, if you,
They gotta find somebody else to burn
if you
just
go
now.
back into history, you will see that all over the world, France, England, America, the major thing was changed by revolution. It doesn't mean
Violent
revolution or
revolution.
violence
You
or
don't
anything
mean
like that.
violent revolution.
And Martin Luther King taught us that,
Yeah.
right? Non-violence,
Passive resistance.
Just
Well,
don't support it.
Well, he was quoting.
Okay.
He was quoting Gandhi.
Right?
Yeah.
Gandhi taught us.
Exactly. Just don't support it.
Before we went on air just now, Ola, I heard I was eavesdropping a conversation Ola was having.
Yeah.
And what do you tell the person? If it's too high,
If
don't
it's
buy.
too high,
If it's
don't
too
buy.
high, don't buy.
Ola says, if it's too high,
Somebody
don't
message-
buy.
Buy it.
You ever some years ago, I in New York, it was back in the 80s or the 70s, and they raised the price of beef and coffee went up. And that beef and coffee remained on the shelf.
Itself, yeah.
You understand?
America is both coffee and steak.
Exactly.
And nobody buy no beef.
It goes down. It goes down. Look what happened in America right now. You know, thing going back down in America. The Feds raise interest rates to allow for business to slow down. Right? Well, it's slowing down too fast.
Wow.
Because inflation is going right back down because nobody is buying.
Yeah.
People, places like Walmart and say people not buying non-essential items
Walmart
again.
throwing away goods.
Yeah.
Walmart say they
For
throwing
giving
away
away
goods.
goods.
Public serving.
You know,
they-
Amazon saying that if you have free return, keep whatever you buy. If you have a problem with it, keep it and we'll send a new one for you. That's
too
how
much,
bad it's
too
getting.
much. Yeah.
There's no space to store things that coming back and that kind
I
of
told
thing.
people that, you know. I told people this supply
It doesn't
chain.
work like that in Trinidad,
No,
however.
but I told them that. I told them the supply chain. If you understand how the biggest manufacturers of bread, if you understand that if you start from tonight, they have bread on the shelf in the groceries and the shops. In the factory tonight, the baking bread
to cover for the whole country
to
again.
put, I tell them, because I used to work as a supervisor long time ago in Quaylos, what is now KISS. And they have this long run of little warehouses that the trucks is back up to, right? So each truck have his little warehouse. And when they finish bake all the bread, all the trucks, they know he taking 400 white bread, 200 whole wheat, whatever. Each of the truck have their different mix.
Yeah.
And so they have the list and they just put it in that little warehouse for the truck. In the morning, the truck open, he and the loader pull all of that inside the truck and then gone.
Yeah.
If you stop buying that brand of bread,
Yeah.
if you stop buying that brand of bread,
It must
check
go
what's going to
down.
happen in 2 days. In 2 days. Because you as a supermarket can't tell the truck man, raise you from 4 bread to 6 bread. And if he raise you from 4 bread to 6 bread and in 2 days, you send back the 2 extra bread both days. He cut you back to 4 bread. You can't get 6 bread again.
Yeah.
Because they want the trucks to come back empty.
Yeah.
No stales, no returns. They
Yeah.
want it scientific.
Yeah.
That you feel that this store selling 222 bread.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm trying to tell you? So them trucks coming back empty. And I just saying this to you. If you understood this, if Trinidadians stop buying bread for 3 days, 3 days, a day will come when the empty truck fills up with bread from his little warehouse and leaves to go to work.
But
When
that
he-
will not come in
I
Trinidad.
want you to hear exactly how it happens. Eh? He leave with his full truckload, the factory start back, more bread come into his warehouse. He gone with his full truckload. If he reach out in what they call the trade, all the stores, all the supermarkets, everything is called the trade. If he bunks up bread, he can't sell bread.
Yeah.
So he going back now with a full truck to offload into that warehouse that the factory want to offload into tonight. Problems.
Yeah.
What worse? The day after that, bread is a thing. You have 3 days on the shelf.
Yeah.
He gone back out in the trade again with a full truck of bread and all the bread that didn't sell. He have to pick that bread up. You can't leave stale bread to get moldy on the trade. His truck full of bread, you're causing a bacchanal. Because now he had to find a place to store that bread to go
Right.
back to the factory. I ain't done yet.
So we're talking about the supply
I
chain.
just gave you the supply chain, but I want you to understand because I understand this. He reached back to the factory with bread. The factory making bread, they had bread in his warehouse. He had to offload his truck of bread to go back to the trade to take the stale bread and bring that back too. Now the company is working in backwards mode. You're paying people to throw bread away. While that going on, they have to stop the factory. A factory that works round the clock making bread, that sends some tankers that big like gasoline tankers to national flour mills and it is full up with flour and come to the back of the factory and offload like a hose of flour into that factory. That truck is been moving 24/7 picking up flour and coming back. Once that factory stopped and the silos in that company full of flour, that truck not moving. National flour mills flour backing up. And the ship that bringing the just-in-time flour that you ordered for an empty silo reach Trinidad and Tobago with nowhere to put the flour. That is 1 week. Trinidadians need to understand. And in that week, you know what happening in that week? That company that has to deposit hundreds of thousands of dollars every single day to cover their overdraft and their credit and their salaries and their wages and everything because they have their own little economy running. They've been making no deposits. Their overdraft run up to a limit the bank calling them to tell them you're on your own.
Yeah.
How they paid, the daily paid workers that come in there to make that bread. I just showed you the power, and I just showed you one example.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get chance to understand. When you say, if it's too high, don't buy. I bounce up rainy digans in Amasi. The day of the storm, we were supposed to have a storm,
Yes.
and I buy 2 of the true bread. Now the true bread that they sell, they have a brand called True. Kisses make that bread. It's called True. But of all the commercial bread in the country, and again, this is a free ad, it is the best tasting bread. It's so often tastes right? And plus, they're giving you, since they launch it, it come in with a taped, one of them, the biscuit, not the biscuit, their version of the biscuits.
Yeah.
That worth about $3 or $4 on it too. So you get a nice little deal there because they all come in with that. A sticker mark only $15.
Philip,
Since it
the
launched.
essence and the whole conversation is...
I just want to tell you this. Since he bounced me up there and we talked this same talk, because I had done a video, that's what he was talking to me about. And it went viral about the bread and the flour. And we had a lengthy conversation inside there about it and all the things that the government could have done to fix it and all of the reasons why they didn't. And I know they had put out information in the public space that the bread was going up to $21. And it never raised. It still ain't raised yet. I don't know how they hold the price. But I'm telling you, we impacted that in a conversation.
All right, that's you. What I'm saying is Trinidad and Tobago need to do what you do. And when I say Trinidad and Tobago, all of us individually, we have a responsibility to ourselves, our families. And the thing is, you don't know, you just said it, the kind of power we, the man on the street, have is second to none. It's not like the politicians. They don't have the power we have, because we have the power to withhold our money, to put it on, to hold it, to do nothing with it.
You know, you're saying that, right? But we as Trinidadians or Trinbagonians, we like to see the nice handbags.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying? We come out of the big boy supermarket.
The
and
price
big
mark.
boy, the big boy price.
Yeah.
I ain't calling no names.
Yeah.
Right? So when you see the ordinary man, when you see the ordinary man shopping in the ordinary supermarkets, some people tend to look down at them because they know they're spending the big bucks and they feel that what they spend more for, they feel more powerful. That is the kind of mindset that we have, right? But I just tell people here what happened. We have the power. All we need to do is just say no.
Exactly.
Just leave it right there.
Exactly.
You understand? And then the stupid conversation will come. We can't eat the money.
Well,
and we can't do this and we can't do that. Leave it for at least 1 week or 2
and see how it will
and
work
let
out
us
for
see.
them.
But that is what has happened. We have the power and we don't use it.
And I say all the time, the laws of demand and supply do not work in Trinidad and Tobago.
Because we
just
selfish.
don't work.
I think it's a selfish
You
thing.
went down Debe with me. Always stand up outside Hassanelli Green Shed and eat doubles. And I stand there with my mouth closed. You remember?
Yeah.
I on a month, I boycotted flour.
Yeah.
Since the price went up,
Yeah.
the 33%,
Yeah.
I on a boycott.
Right.
And I want to tell you something, there are plenty positives when you stop eating flour. The first couple of weeks, I was...
Oh, that's the next thing.
The
That's
first
the next
couple
thing.
of weeks,
Flour
I
is
was
poison.
bitching. No, but the first couple of weeks, I was bitching. Missing thing, brother, missing thing.
Withdrawal.
My son owns a pizza restaurant, Abioko Pizza.
Right.
He opened back last night. And I sitting down there because it's his opening back, so I'll be there.
Yeah.
And all I smelling is pizza and I can't eat no pizza. You understand?
Yeah.
But when you stop eating flour for a while, I don't know about anybody else, I tell you this.
Yeah.
I find your brain is getting a little sharper.
Of course, it will, because poison,
So they say.
flour is sugar,
So they say. They say it's poison.
insulin resistance.
So go back to Ola's point.
Yeah.
Is
Dr.
that-
Matteson, continue.
it is a how do I call it, a cultural thing.
Yeah.
As a child growing up, there is grassroots, middle class, lower middle class people in the neighborhood, in Laventille.
Yeah.
If somebody buy a fridge for Christmas,
Yeah.
the neighbor to buy a fridge that can go through the front door.
Bigger fridge. Yeah,
For real.
yeah.
So
My mindset.
that's how we
I know
that's how
a
we are.
man
Yeah.
who thief a fridge box.
And can't get it, had to break down the front door.
No, he thief a fridge box. So he could point in the road in front of the house and pretend he got a new fridge.
That is the mindset. That is the mindset.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
understand?
yeah.
You
That's
know,
serious
what he
thing.
says a fact though. We don't buy things and hide it though. Hey!
Yeah, love with it.
You see
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the
when
mindset.
when people come home long time, I remember every Christmas had a popular whiskey. You know, one year it was swing.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
And next
Cold
year,
thing.
And
next
next year
year was
black and
Shivas.
white. Yeah,
Shivas.
Yeah.
right? And if people come in your house
And you ain't
didn't have
swinging.
swing of Shivas,
And you ain't swinging. You're in trouble.
Yeah.
for the rest of the year you can back
Yeah,
out.
but
For real.
Peter, I'm telling you, they leave me behind when they come out with the Johnny Walker Blue. Because I see the price, I say, nah. They say I boycott, I can't afford it. The price.
the price going up.
Johnny Walker Blue, when that has now come out,
Yeah, that
Oh
was like
yeah,
1500.
Johnny Walker
you
Blue.
need to climb up on a ladder to pay for that.
I remember going to a particular a popular pub in Woodbrook, St. Clair area. And I was Friday evening, I said, and fellas ordering thing, but they're shutting. This, I don't know what they're shutting. So I asked the barman, I said, what is that? He said, Louis XIV. I said, what is that? He says, that expensive thing. I said, well, how much for I talked about years ago, I talked about it. He said, like 1,200 a shot.
A shot.
Yeah, every time you do so.
That is 1,200.
$1,200.
Louis XIV.
I said,
But you moving an expensive
But Peter was listen.
I know.
This man, I work with this man in 88. I joined the Express newspapers. He was at the Express. Them fellas then was high rollers.
Big boys.
Yeah, them fellas was
What
the big
about
rollers.
Peter Ray Blood? He moving when big promoters, Shine Star,
Yes,
my job.
and spectacular
I'm
things
telling
out.
you.
The one day article come down,
you
man.
know long me here, somebody call her name?
What?
TriStar.
TriStar.
Yeah, TriStar.
Roy Mirage boy. Woo!
What's up at all them fed?
Yeah,
Come
what's
down
up?
the
No,
corridor.
but you know, you want to open the papers the next day and say,
Yeah,
Peter, write
this
up about
was
your
saying-
party.
this was saying-
You want to treat Peter nice.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
it wasn't
Peter,
about-
Peter to say,
When you want
I
tickets to
read about
when you
it.
want tickets to a party, I don't go by Peter desk.
It wasn't about.
Yeah,
it
want to
wasn't,
open the papers and see
wasn't-
Peter say your party was dry coconut party.
it was not about treating nice. It's about being the best in the business.
Alright.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you want coverage from the best of the business, you know.
Being the best has its advantages.
That's the perks.
So you, the promoter,
Yeah.
Clearly.
yeah.
Yeah. Treating that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want a man like Peter covering in effect.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah.
When you have somebody like Peter covering your fed, you know for certain
Things happening.
you make the A-list.
Them fellas and them are wrong again now, bro. Man, them fellas.
Remember,
Cliff Harris.
Cliff Harris, nobody, Fred tried to, well, Randy Glasgow trying.
Glasgow.
But he already fit his shows.
Yeah, it shows.
Dina's Productions, Dean Akin,
So the man doing
tried.
fed.
Like Productions.
Yeah.
So Fetch really,
That would be like them Johnny Q and all them kind of guys.
Fetch
So.
really and
It's
truly.
not the same.
But
It's not the
It's
same
not the
thing.
same.
It's
let's
not
start
the
off
same.
talking
No,
about the
it's not the
culture. I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Could we stop pretending Carnival is about midnight robber and what is the next thing with the pole? Limbo.
Limbo,
Could
yeah.
we, every time they're
Phillip,
opening
Phillip,
something,
Phillip.
Peter Carnival now
Phillip.
is about pom pom, and you know that.
Philip, we cannot afford to lose that midnight rubber.
Absolutely not. But if Tribe had a midnight robber, it would be a woman in a black tongues and a hat.
Oh Lord.
No, I asking you.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's different.
It's about that is concept,
Shift.
concept and thematics. That
But
you
let
go
me
there.
stop pretending that our carnival is still connected to anything historic.
Yeah.
We cannot lose that.
I'm not saying lose it.
Yeah,
I said, and I had said a couple years ago, I tell them only needed a branch off. The same way soca branch off of Calypso, you could have soca mass off of Carnival. Because Carnival was artistic.
Yeah.
You had people making mass, you had people beating.
You know today, this morning, okay, let me go back to the beginning. A professor in the United States saw an article that I wrote 42 years ago that was published in the Express, right? And she wanted to get my permission to use it to her students. I don't know what she used it for, right? But she had to sign all kind of waiver this and I had to go and sign off.
They can't plagiarize over there, no partner.
Right.
Lost your work.
Only in Trinidad.
Only in Trinidad, they can copy and paste and will.
To do it, I had to go to the Heritage Library. Let me tell you something. I asked the curator, or whatever they call her, the manager. I said, Trinidad and Tobago know this place exists on the second floor of the public library, National Library.
Probably not. Because
What
If
is
you
that?
see stuff in the Heritage thing,
What's that?
they have the only collection of original drawings by Wayne Barkley, late Wayne Barkley. Only collection
In our,
in
Our
our
library?
library, so there. Right?
you could access that. And
Yeah, I said the public will come out. They say, yeah, the public will come out. I said, but the public don't know. The public don't know that you all exist. What you all doing to get that word out there? And apparently they're there for a long time.
I think they're there since the library opened.
If you see this place, it's like a facility in the United States.
Serious.
If it's
Right across
it
you
blow
there.
my mind. The walls are all the drawings from the Ray Clark's last exhibition before he died. All the drawings on the walls, right? Larry Constantine, a collection by Larry Constantine, the late cricketer.
Yeah.
The last innings he played and the stumps in England, we play. They have that in the library, our library there.
Huh?
I said, but people don't know about this.
It's like a museum.
So what I'm saying is that there are people outside that take what we have. Somebody sent me a video yesterday of they're talking some foreign language, must be Italian or something like that. But this band playing it's so on fire.
Hot.
Yeah.
That is the biggest.
That's Arrow.
That is the
biggest.
Montserrat.
Yeah.
That is the biggest calypso soca
And
ever.
and
And who let the dogs out?
our next
And Sparrow,
Congo man.
Congo man.
Congo man not big like hot.
Yeah.
Well,
Hot,
the biggest-
massive.
Yeah.
well, that's
about in 100 movies.
no, that epitomizes carnival, soca, that kind of thing in the Caribbean. But there are some great ones from Trinidad too.
Lorraine
Yeah.
has continued to be, that people outside taking Lorraine and using it and, this kind of thing.
Explain a song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lorraine.
yeah. Brother had sing a
Classic.
slow version.
Oh, yeah.
A wine bag version.
No, but there are a lot of aspects of our cultures that has died because young people today, I mean, the cell phone culture, the TikTok and the Facebook.
Don't blame
That have,
them.
no. I mean,
Don't
well,
blame self.
we have a ministry of culture.
Boss man,
We have-
culture would have blow up on the phone. TikTok, our culture was perfect for TikTok. We had the opportunity. I was saying something just now that carnival.
I'm talking about the physical parts of culture, like the things that happens in Tobago, the old time wedding.
Heritage and
But exactly,
Heritage
but we
and-
was talking just now
and
about
even
carnival was months before carnival. Your mother and your auntie and everybody going in the band room to make
To see-
mass, to
yeah.
make mass.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, buying,
yeah,
you
so-
buying no mask.
Well,
No,
well,
but
buying
no,
nobody-
no.
Buying from China.
Buying from China.
Yeah, just-
Miguel Brown say he wear the same costume.
Phillip.
4 years.
Phillip.
4 different band.
Philip, I am the oldest person in this rum shop this evening.
Right? Take
Right?
it.
Yes, for real.
Take
I
it.
am the elder insider here. And let me tell you something. As a teenager playing mass, you go, you see a piece of cloth, the band people give you a piece of cloth, you go by Samuel Observatory Street,
Yeah.
you buy your cloth,
Yeah.
you carry to your tailor, you make your mask. Right? They show you the drawing and thing, you make it. They didn't have thing like
And they just pay a royalty to play in the
you pay
band.
a band fee
Yeah.
with your band in your hand.
When? That is now?
No, that was he
before?
talking about
19.
Nah, he talking about now,
in
you know. He
70s.
talking about how
That would have been in the 70s.
culture losing. I find the
60s.
culture losing.
60s.
I find so. I've been saying it for a while.
Yeah,
I find the culture
I mean,
losing.
a lot of aspects.
Yeah,
Even you know, long time. I don't know if you remember this band, but they was on the hill in Laventille Day.
Who does Paris?
No, a brass band, a kind of old time music display. Display in wash.
A brass band, boy?
Yeah,
There was
in Belmont.
There was big like.
That is
big like
Paul
the
Joey
Avengers
Lewis,
and
boy.
them.
Paul Joey
Paul
Lewis at
Joey
Oaken
Lewis.
Mold.
Joey Lewis?
Yeah, Joey Lewis.
Gonzalez?
Yeah. He just playing a fete in Toko. I think that fete
Yeah,
is this
Toko
weekend,
Fete,
Toko
Toko
Old
Fete.
Boys.
Yeah.
But them, all them thing to me.
That's part of our culture.
That's
man.
part of our culture. You, who appreciates that?
Now I watch the Avenue. Don't get me wrong, and I see about 100,000 people in the Pom Pom Mass that take place this weekend, and there are about 3 nights of it. And I watch the videos, so it's not like it doesn't have a market.
Of course, there's a market.
All I am saying to you is, you see the same people who complain about that on the Avenue, those same residents happy when Pan on the Avenue happening, because Pan on the Avenue happening, and that is like carnival that you know, and it's not amplified, but it's fun, and it's a family,
Very good point.
and you're coming out. People who I remember, I tell you, I grew up in Woodbrook. When a band coming down your street, oh God, you're on your gallery and you're watching and people waving and you're looking to see who you know and friends jumping up on your wall and thing. All that is cool. You're coming out with a hose. People used to come out with a hose to give people take a wet.
So why having a problem now that it has metamorphosized?
Brother, it's not metamorphosized, it is warfare. That highly amplified.
Noise.
Prakash Ramada, the lawyer, telling me he have tinnitus in his ears, bad, because he was walking in a campaign next to a truck and they turned on the speakers and he didn't know. Those things are so loud. Trinidadians don't know
How dangerous it is.
how they do, but your hearing,
Yeah.
once you damage your hearing, that is it, you know.
Yeah.
And you're damaging your hearing in increments that you don't know you're damaging. It's only when it's quiet and you hear that noise in your head, you realize that
Something wrong.
Your hearing is damaged. Those trucks are too loud for people to stand up right next to them. But you can't tell young people that, because young people feel they could chase punching with poison.
Yeah.
They feel they could do anything. We just drive 180 miles per hour, if I hit it, I will stop. So you can't tell young people and to their detriment, but somebody should. Somebody should be responsible to say that there is a certain level of decibels. A certain, hey, look who in the rum shop.
You bring your drinks, boy.
Look who in the rum shop.
It's not making no sense. It's not making no sense. How are you? It's not making no sense. How are you, sir?
My big brother.
Barman, bring a drink at Johnny.
And I don't drink rum, so me know what kind of shop is this? Hello, folks.
Mr. Man, people, if you don't know,
Now you know.
Uncle,
Man,
Uncle Ronnie.
You call me uncle, boy, which is?
No, but
And
this
I call he uncle.
But right.
It's Uncle Peter.
Listen, I get uncle every day now. I cool with
Well,
it.
good.
I telling you though. We was just talking that, right? The last time I stand up on the roof in Long Circular Mall and watch a fete in PSA, they was doing the donkey. And watch me, watch
What
me.
was doing?
Oh, donkey.
More donkey, woman on man shoulder, and the whole fete,
Yes.
30,000 people.
Move it.
Where the man?
I remember them
where
days.
the man on
I
stage?
remember them
30,000
days.
in the Fed and 10,000 in Long Circular Mall car park.
When the man tell them go so, they going so, you know.
Yeah. Ronnie.
Yes,
man.
sir. I'm present.
But we were just talking culture. We was in a conversation. We was talking about how things change, you know, and I was making a suggestion because there will always be a market for family carnival. That's a big market. I know that young people who just out there for the pom pom mass, I telling you, that's a big market too. Why the two can't exist separately?
Coexist.
And coexist, because The same people in Woodbrook who used to come out when a pretty mass passing and bring out the hose and look for their friend and thing. When there's an amplified band passing, they close up tight because it's noise.
So what you saying?
You
saying too much noise?
No, you straddle all of it because you in the culture long time. You in the culture long time. So you have that perspective to give. I just say to me, and we talked about this earlier, people, do you think that there is a place in Trinidad and Tobago for what used to be pretty mass?
Okay, there's a space for all, but what seemed to take place is that, like back in the day we had these stories, right? So you had Mark Williams, you had, well, back in the early Edmund Hart, you had Raoul Garib, and they had stories. So who used to play something from
Peter Minshall.
Egypt.
Well, when Minshall,
Minshall come afterwards.
yeah, I talking about
Back in the days.
yeah,
Back in
Williams and them, and when they had the story and who played no one, they are.
Say what you want to say. Back in my days.
Right, so that's a story. But all these stories basically have already been told. So Carnival has transformed to wristband. It's all about service now. So yes, bikini and bees and feathers, yes, that's a market because that same thing that we probably want to ignore here. Every carnival all over the world.
No, I'm not saying ignore at all.
No, I know.
I say
I'm gonna join it now. I'm gonna join it where there's a room. But you see, the older ones or the mature folks now kind of rock back. So then, if you bring in a band, you have to basically bring a band for what kind of was in demand, right? And don't forget,
economics and mass talking now.
Right, but also don't forget, there's a high percentage of foreign base people coming in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ronnie and Caro, for example, is about 55 to 60% foreign base in. Yeah.
You're mass selling in Forex.
I talking about as the website, as the band website up.
Calling by you looking
So
to try and get
okay, back in the day, you have your drawings up. You have your drawing and things. It's not that anymore. It's website and wherever. It's PayPal and wherever. Right, good. So sometimes you sit down with your mass camp, in the mass camp here. Mass camp empty, nobody walking in. as you flip the laptop here now and you're going.
Band seller.
I talking you go to bed 11 o'clock at night.
But that's a true point too,
No, I mean,
because you could say now, and I know Enrico
e-commerce.
and them is do this pan on the avenue thing. That can morph into something.
That's
right?
a big thing.
That's a big thing. No. But what he's saying, the economics of putting together a band, you can't be putting your politics in that. You can't be saying, I want this, tell a story kind of thing. Maybe
It's done.
Maybe it's over. Maybe
It's over there. All these stories have already been told.
So
Okay.
the pageantry is no longer there?
What story you could tell? Okay, if you find, and I keep telling them, if you find that this feathers thing is too much, you bring a band. Meaning not you, but you bring a band and give it some nicest story, the Aztecs and the Amerindians, you bring that.
So you're saying that this is the evolution of Carnival and this is where it have to be.
It's boiled down to customer service, it's boiled down to your food can't spoil. If your food spoil, you ain't problem. It boils down to if I drinking Johnny from Monday morning, I must have Johnny till Tuesday at least 7 p.m. Wristband. The costume similar, it's similar. Each band have a pink, they have a green. But don't forget, while we holding on to that and thinking, boy, oh God, this is a bikini and thing. Every carnival is that because we into production as well. We into the Ronnie and Caro. When I say we, Ronnie and Caro into designing and production. Right now it's North Carolina, it's Miami. We just finished St. Lucia because they talk about
So this is more entertainment than culture.
It's fun because it have some people don't go.
Or is this now the culture?
It have some, you see, culture is a big word. It have some people who don't go nowhere whole year. They go to work and they come back. You see when boxing they reach and thing, and they map out the thing, they go in 3 all-inclusives, they play mass here, and that's it. When that done, let me say foreigners, when them out there, them ain't going nowhere, them ain't going no boat ride nowhere, them map out the thing, and that's it, Carnival is planted, even Tobago Carnival sleeping. Because up to now you can't see an ad for Tobago Carnival. Where's Stephan? Stephan in here? Synergy TV.
Who promoting that? The culture ministry or Tobago TH?
What I'm saying is that
But I see that today in the papers that people saying that the
papers
In paper service.
You know the papers, Phillip?
So
I don't see you. I don't see you in the papers. I don't see you on TV6 and I don't see you on TNT3. Yes, I don't go there. Sorry. I don't train that one.
it's all good.
I don't train that one.
If I read in the
When last I see you by Fazil?
Fazil,
Ah, that's when they.
if I read in the Guardian, what is the
Remember
Guardian?
Fazil?
What is the
Remember
Guardian? A papers?
It's a paper.
What is Newsday? A paper?
Yeah.
Express a paper?
Press.
Is it still papers?
Better man, jam naked.
Yeah, but
Jam naked and stink and dirty. Never advertise in the papers.
But I just saying today in the paper.
And
Let me hear you see in the
They
papers.
talk about this Tobago thing.
people do read papers
You talk about it.
That was me.
That was
you.
you. Yeah, see.
What you saw is my.
About
That was my.
Tobago.
That was my
Hey,
interview.
Nice story, boy.
No, but what I'm saying is that
Exactly.
Tobago underestimating this carnival thing because it have carnival zombies, you know. They just go all, you know.
Anyway.
You know people go in Miami carnival and from there they going straight to Tobago, you know, because this pandemic create a nice little window to work from home, you know. So you don't care where you work in, your laptop in your bag. Anywhere is home now. So you can go to the
Barbados make our money with that, you know.
Yes.
Barbados bring people from all over the world and say work from home, let home be Barbados.
That's right.
And she was bright that she saw that opportunity. We didn't see that
She's still bright.
Tobago.
She's very bright.
Tobago
Take her one for
hasn't
that.
fully understood the scope and capacity of what they want to do in October.
They understand.
Listen to
They
me.
may understand the size of this thing.
But if it is
That was the underestimated.
but do they have people like you
I don't think
who can
we
break
need
the thing down
capacity.
into simple,
Okay.
understandable
So
things?
okay, here we're going. Here we're going with Tobago. I also always across in Tobago. I have a little alignment and good friends like Jade Monkey, the bar. They have a thing where they study in Trinidad, whereas they feel like Trinidadians go and come in and then take all the crocus bag of money and come
And
back
go.
to Trinidad with it. So
They
they're
hold
very
the
cautious.
garden, yeah.
So you know, I understand that too because the first time when Gypsy had announced this carnival thing, when over in London shut it down, because he felt disrespected. Remember, Gypsy was saying Tobago going on the carnival. He didn't consult over in London, right? So they shut it down. But Tobago needed that carnival, but now they have it, right? So they're studying the involvement of Trinidad, but they're not studying New York, Toronto, London, Maya. They ain't studying that. All I told them is make sure that all they have place for people to stay, and make sure that Caribbean Airlines have direct flights.
Yeah.
So exactly because they can't control the promotion money if they can't do nothing.
Don't bring nobody from New York and put them in Piaco to put them on standby, you know.
Yeah, no problem.
Do a charter, do some nice charters Thursday to Monday because the carnival is 28th to 30th. So do some nice charters Thursday to Monday. Those
coordinate to the cruise ships.
right.
And them,
You understand what I'm saying? So when I come in, when I leave New York, I go in straight Crown Point. Don't put me in Piaco and then with my three suit. Them women, you know, them women coming with two suits. One is shoes. It's three suitcases them females traveling with now.
And then I want to stand up for 5 hours in immigration, eh?
And wait for your name to call on standby. No, so send them straight there. That's what I keep saying. Add on some sailings with the ferry because you're not alone going and tell the
Ferry and I sail wrong the club.
because watch me, Easter alone, Easter you can't find space.
Why doesn't the ferry sail around the club?
Well, I don't know.
Well, I know you. That is the engineering part and how much
Yeah.
less.
But I think we have a few ferries.
I don't think. Okay, if the boat go wrong and wrong and wrong, it goes shut down.
You might not say, but you have multiples of boats.
Yeah, we have
You have
boats, right?
multiples of boats.
Even the Coast Guard boats we have parked up down there, we can bring back.
No, but if Tobago really serious about a carnival,
CG,
Trinidad alone, what for-
CG 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 parked up doing nothing.
When they reach, they buy 2 new one and both of them spoil. One
That was
generate
14, 41.
10%,
That was
41 and 42.
This will look at the hype.
Watch man, but he like a woodpecker. He touching everything.
I just try to
conversation,
you know.
going back.
I did, but I know you ain't taking it. You ain't going with the rum shop
No,
here.
but let me go back to that. Let me go back to that.
You might pay by that right now what this man said.
Let me
Why
go back
say
to
that's
that
what
Tobago.
you videotape?
Yeah, let me go back to that Tobago carnival.
Jesus,
I mean,
you know, this water thing.
Tobago
Next time we bring you in,
having a
we'll have
carnival.
David Welch,
Next time we bring
David
you,
Welch.
they will have rum.
you invite me to the rum shop with a bottle of water. All right then.
Pretend it's for his bag. So
No. What I'm saying is,
Let's close the eye.
that Tobago carnival thing, that is a serious thing.
It's serious.
But Tobago
I
need
don't know if
that.
Tobago understand
But
the
Tobago
magnitude
need
of
that.
it.
No.
Because Trinidad alone people who are carnival lovers
It's
want to
no, I call them
go
carnival
What he just,
zombies.
what he just said.
Zombies.
What he just said.
You trying to work across there. How you going? You have space for all these people.
No, but
You have
don't call me promoter money. That's what he's saying. Whoever
They
come
study who
and
coming in now.
if you bring 20,000 people to Tobago, you make your money.
Yeah, what going on
Let
now?
the hotel make the money and the guest house
But
make
they
the
can't get a hotel right now. Here what going on? Here what going on? We supposed to have a calendar of events, you know?
Unless Tobago want to go all inclusive.
No, let me finish. They're supposed to have a calendar events, right? Okay, by the way, Blue Food is the Sunday before. So what I suggested, not to them, but in conversation, you tie in Blue Food, which is the Sunday before. So from Blue Food is Sunday.
One long festival.
Monday something, Tuesday something, Wednesday something. Here what going on now? The independent promoters like Voice and my good friends and them. So Voice taking our spot, and next man take our spot. So by the time the THA announced the calendar events,
They don't full up.
it full up already. So they go bust.
So from
So their events will be unsuccessful because if Voice say are going to Tobago the Thursday and tickets go online, ticketfederation.com or whatever,
That's sell out.
Voice going and
So
sell
why-
out in a half hour.
okay, so hear me. Hear the suggestion, right? And this is why they tell me this is why I have the corner office. Why THA don't just take a piece from all the promoters? Why that can't be?
We just
Why-
sell it
no, no,
now.
no,
No, I understand what you're saying.
Let whoever come to promote. You can promote, come and promote, but to promote a fete in our
But see,
season,
but you see, this is
you have to
Trinidad-
kick back
but this is
20%.
Trinidad and Tobago. You can't gangster. You can't demand a percentage from a man function. This is Trinidad and Tobago.
Boss man, I am saying to you, there's a cost of doing business anywhere in the world.
I don't need permission to throw a fete in Tobago.
Anywhere in the world.
But you want that percentage for?
No, no, alright, okay. So the license,
Which license? The bar license?
dancehall license, bar license, all I need modifying, right?
But the venues they're using is private venues.
So,
They're paying for that and then pay taxes.
I am saying to you that
How you getting THA involved in this
what you
to
say
get a
a
percentage?
$90 fee could be $5,000.
I better cancel my event.
They get some money.
No,
No,
if you're looking for a percentage, I cancel it.
no, but I'm saying to you, it's
The
two
person
hands.
on the venue can't
It's
cancel.
two hands. It's two hands to clap, right? The same way
Understand where we do,
the
understand
same
where
way we talk about the avenue. If you're going to use the avenue as a fete venue, contribute to the avenue.
Sense.
Contribute to the development of where you're making your money. You understand what I'm saying? So if you as a promoter know you're going to Tobago and you make a couple million, give something back so that will be there for you next year.
Give
Or
something
next
back
time.
or demand something.
Sit down with the stakeholders. At the end of the day, we're not good at that.
No, we're not.
We're not good at talking to stakeholders.
And
You just say that the Tobago, the THA, do not understand promotion
And
business.
information is hindering the whole thing because, okay, as a masquerader, right? They have Juve. So all we know is 28th to the 30th. So far, the Juve is the Saturday and the Pretty Mass Parade of the Bands is the Sunday. But they're not telling us where is the Juve and how long is the Juve. So if the Juve is 4 a.m. to 8 a.m., a masquerader or a Juve man might say, boy, I only 4 hours, you know, me ain't doing that. Likewise, the Pretty Mass. If your parade is 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., I'm not going to spend $3,000 for that. So let me know
No,
because
but
people excited.
Yeah.
So you get calls, hey, Ronnie boy, you have 10, how about 8? But they're not registering because how long is the parade? If your parade is 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., I ain't playing. If it's 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., again, my money's worth. So we need information. That's the point I'm making. We need to get information from
So is
inside.
it that they just talk about it? There's no planning?
It's on. There are a couple of band launchings. Ronnie and Cara is involved with designing and production for Jade Monkey. So we had our big launch across there and thing. Since that, about 4 or 5 other bands
But do a mass and me do like what they do when they had the
Polio.
But the polio mass and me when they say you can have the carnival, hit the road.
No, but the carnival is on, you know.
But hit the road.
But we didn't know. I was saying we need information.
You're not hearing anything about it.
We need information.
But I'm saying to you, sometimes you have to take a lead.
Me? No.
No,
Okay, all I did interviews with the Tobago stations. And what I say now is what I suggested. Let me get the information.
So what do they want? I mean, at the end of the day, you have to decide. Do you want a successful carnival? And as he suggested, could be part of the international calendar because Tobago needs those things.
But it's the perfect spot.
If you are going to consider yourself a proper tourism venue, you have to be using up those 12 months of the calendar year. And he's talking about a carnival month.
That's perfect.
From Blue Food, you understand? That's what you just
There are
said.
Chinese who normally would go Miami. They're not going Miami, they're going Tobago instead. No, Miami have this thing they boast about. We are the last carnival. They're not anymore. So Trinidad on top and Tobago
Miami
right there.
Miami
And also Tobago now, even though it's the last carnival, is the beginning of ours.
So it's a bookend. We bookend both sides.
We top it, we shut it down. So Trinidad here, Tobago here. So tell Miami pull aside because only not the last carnival anymore. Tobago is the last
Tobago
carnival
out and
now.
back.
So Trinidad here, Tobago here. We lock the city and everything's straight. But just give me some information about it and tell people, hey, and start to put on flights and buy 2 more ferry.
That is what you're responsible for. You're
Me?
responsible, not you.
Oh, because
you
you
as
tell me I'm not responsible for that.
You as THA, you're responsible.
I'm responsible for this. This water.
Barman, bring something with
You only
proof.
call it barman and there's no barman.
Bring something with proof.
No barman in a rum shop. It's alright. I hear.
Bring something with proof.
Moving right along. Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
No, I say to you that THA job is to make sure the accommodations, the flights, all of that, they handle that, and let the promoters and the band leaders handle.
No, but they
carnival.
also should have their own. Okay, what I said to them too is don't try to duplicate Trinidad. You mentioned that some weeks ago. What Tobago have to offer? Barbados and Grenada may want nothing with Tobago, no. I'm always in Tobago, and 3/4 of the things that Tobago have to offer, I never see it. I always just say Jade Monkey and table full of water, right? That's why I go to Tobago and Lime and do business. But what I'm saying is that market the thing and join it with the Blue Food Festival and market Tobago as a tourism place because we are real thing. It are real things in Tobago that people don't know about. Barbados and nothing.
Yep,
In comparison to Tobago.
No, everybody who have sun, sea, sand, and sex, you have that, but Tobago have other things.
Things.
A lot of things.
Tobago have things to see.
Well, you
and
mentioned
do.
the reef. You mentioned the Boko Reef, the coral, Nyland pool.
Then you come here just for that, just for the sun and sea and relaxation. Tobago.
I got distracted. What I told them is that their week of events don't have to be voice on them. Let voice do the thing. Put some local content into it because a bunch of people who come in for Blue Food will like to see something how the Tobago wedding used to be. Some reenactment of the wedding and things. So stay away from the thing. Let voice and do the thing. But you have your own events highlighting Tobago. You ain't gonna get 10,000 people, but you will get a chance now to make a girl 1,000 people or 2,000 people, and also you're highlighting Tobago's culture and heritage and that kind of
And
thing.
you establish something.
So you go that in the evening because people ain't coming to sleep. They ain't coming to sleep. So Wednesday evening now, from about 2 in the day or 2 to 6, you go to the Tobago heritage thing, you go to the THA event, and you go man bed and thing, and then you go voice. We ain't coming to sleep. So put in the calendar, put out a calendar of events that sell in Tobago. Because as somebody who come for carnival will come back. Because they ain't get a chance to see the coral yet.
I said,
Listen, man, but they ain't calling me. Nobody ain't calling me. With the camera. Nobody ain't calling me.
Your camera and the scene.
The barman ain't calling me, you know.
The scene.
Tobago,
I
obviously.
feel like Ronnie coming in the shop to beat me up. I feel like I get
Nah.
licks.
I come to quote here. I have all your quotes. I have all your quotes.
Everything you say today in this show, anybody with responsibility for the carnival in THA should be taking notes.
And I talking about 2 months now, you know.
They don't even have to, the marketing don't do for them.
Oh God, more water again. But I ain't come to bed. Peter, you encouraging that?
It's like,
Your blessings.
it's like,
You encouraging this?
you want your blessings?
it's like the fella who blood sugar.
No more for me, please. Thanks. No more water for me.
It's like the
Anymore,
fella-
I go drunk.
It's like the fella who blood sugar and yellow and he collapse in KFC and they make orange juice for him. He said, "Look at orange juice, you know, what is it? A collapse in the market." A collapse in KFC.
Yeah, no, but that was
My only concern about that Tobago thing is if they have the capacity, because a lot
I
of
don't mind. It have people sleep in the car. Because based on what happened, remember this is the first year. So who ain't get a room, ain't get a room. Look, David Welch. You know what I mean? Who ain't get a room, ain't get a room. It actually will sleep. Wrong name, no, let me listen the wrong way. What I say, no, let listen to me now.
No,
It
no,
actually
no,
will sleep in the car. Down by Strawberry by Pigeon Point.
Yeah.
And then they go bathe by a bridging.
Sleep on the fort.
What I'm saying is that
The fort by Crown
we
Point.
know they don't have enough room. We know they don't have enough room. We know that. Because for Easter alone, you can't get a room, you can't get a rental car. That's Easter.
Yeah.
And that's basically Chinese alone.
Yeah.
So we know that.
So why can't I rent a car in Trinidad and take it on the ferry?
Yeah, are there sailings?
The rentals people in Trinidad.
Ceilings for
They will-
Tobago is
but
a
yeah,
good
I don't
example.
see it.
In Trinidad,
So,
to rent a
I
space
mean,
and take
nothing
100
for that
cars
yet.
over.
No, I understand what you said. Yes, you can rent in Trinity because that will boost the
No, but
Trinity.
before the peak, the week before, and you have a rental company.
Cars going up.
But you mean send the cars up there?
And I send cars up there.
No, add on sailings and let a man rent it from down here
Yeah.
and put it on the boat and bring it back when they're done.
Yeah.
Don't leave it in Tobago.
Yeah.
You know, some man get drunk and forget the rental car. When he reach the boat, he won't wait now. With the car. With the car. No, what I'm saying is what's made underestimated.
I argue you again. You understand the thing?
Yeah, I understand it.
I will suck my
You
nose with that
you can let's
You
let me
understand this.
But I
You
know.
understand it.
Yes.
You came here and educated me. I am the first man to admit when somebody showed me something that I was.
But that's my zone too.
Boss man.
That's my zone.
You showed me the economics of carnival.
That it changed. It
It's
changed.
easy to have a conversation if you don't realize that they have economics in it.
But that's what
Because
it
you
is.
was going down a road earlier on, and I want to know if you're still in the 70s.
No, but it
Because
changed. And
things
the
change,
same
and
thing
I
we
think
running
change
from
all over the
here.
world.
But man, every carnival, but man, St. Croix is early January. You know what I mean? We have designs for that already to send up the road. You have Bahamas who miss out, Bahamas miss 3 years. You have St. Martin. You have Totola. You have St. Thomas. No, every weekend they have something going on.
Where you get all this energy?
Look, Uncle Peter here.
Nobody see you by
Okay.
9 o'clock in the night. I know, man.
I'm a former national hockey player.
They say Ronnie
I'm a
McIntosh
national hockey player. No, I
They
play
say
hockey.
Ronnie McIntosh driving a Maybach now.
Who?
I'm here.
Listen to me now.
Don't drive up your Capanongs.
I am a
They say
former.
more people in this country was driving Mitsubishi than Capanongs.
I am a former national hockey player. I represent Trinidad and Tobago between the years of
So you
82.
running on that energy still?
Yeah, because those days I'd now started the music thing too. So I was leaving the Fed 5 o'clock.
And drug free.
Yeah, of
And
course.
drug free.
I only drink water.
Yeah.
So I leave in the Fed 5 o'clock and have practice at St. James Barracks for 6.
Guys, when you're 12.
No, but it's the thing set up a certain way, Philip. It's set up in the everything.
I remember sitting with Ronnie in PSC and things.
No,
I'm on real energy, you know.
no, still.
Right, fine.
Real energy.
Look,
No,
one
he
name.
just give me his calendar. He
What's
just tell I
the
feel
band
tired.
you used to in the 80s? You used to sing with that band. What was that band?
I started with Chandelier.
Chandelier.
I started Chandelier. I did. I moved to Blue Ventures.
Blue Ventures.
I went to Atlantic.
Chandelier was the first band.
Yeah. Adi Kota was my dad, brother. I grew up in the tent, you know.
But man, you are like
Before NCC with Gypsy.
you are a
Was CDC.
foundation stone.
All right.
Nobody can take that away from you. I happy to get your
In my
foot.
zone. I'm in my zone here. I'm in my zone.
I have to
So
get your
call it
foot
out.
resume.
Ask me where you want to
But
ask me.
man, but
Where you want to talk about?
everything you needed to say, you say it. And everything that needed to be said, he said.
You want to talk about the calendar events that we have in Trinidad and Tobago? That the March Rash show with the big Carib Cork on the stage every year, same thing. Played. No, we need to. We had 2 years. We need to change the thing, you know.
Tell me why that is not the Minister of Culture.
Listen to me. This is the Mars Grass show.
Because the THA should be talking to Trinidad. If we were serious about it, Trinidad's Minister of Culture should be helping state.
He not understand.
You understand Tobago?
You don't understand.
What you saying is what should be.
What should be.
What is?
It cannot be.
But a man like you know
cannot
what is. Look how nice our lamppost look at
Somebody,
Look how nice the lamppost. They put the light. They put the light.
I gotta check the night.
somebody,
Look how nice they cut up that tree in 15 minutes.
Somebody-
And I'm watching it the next day. I say I'm waiting to see.
Postman, the fire officer messaged me.
You see the black car in the video? The black action? You see how somebody was talking to Satish?
Yeah, that was you. He tell me. He tell me.
Uh-huh.
He tell me. But yeah, man,
Oh,
the fire officer messaged me and he tell me. He said we was proud to do that.
no, that look good, boy. The
He
chain,
said
the chainsaw man
They see
is
the
a
live
boss.
video. They see the live video running. They had nothing doing. They wanna go and cut up that tree. They jump in the engine, come up here.
Where they came from, Reis Road?
Right to road. 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Cut.
Clockwork.
Cut. Move. I telling people on my video, oh, they leave and go now.
Yeah, you
Because
said
there's a
because
major
the traffic here.
There's gonna be a mess. Yeah. But them come.
50 minutes. And here and he cut a piece, 2 men moving.
moving
But here was looking on
man, the head man. They make a prop out of a piece of cut off.
Yeah.
And ready for when they reach the big part, they
that's it.
prop it up. I say, but look at this.
But then what does that say about the people who are supposed to be doing
it
what they're
says
supposed to do?
that leadership is lacking. You give these people the tools and the right leadership, they're proud.
Yeah, I was looking for it. You see the follow.
Proud.
You see the follow up.
Ola is not just a social media. Ola is a senior TNTech supervisor. I tell him.
You still working it?
Yeah, substation supervisor.
Yeah, give me a number in case Carol do this. I need contact. My database not like yours, you know.
But there's no why God went there.
I'm not trying to build my database, you know what I mean?
I just want to say that the TNTech people, there's work real boss, boy. So when I went to film that video, to show that in 11 hours, them fellas just come, take down, move, put up new one and gone. I wasn't surprised. TNTech move like that. And there are people in Wassa moving like that with me now.
I have another episode. Right on Scottsboro Street, my street there. 3 Sundays ago, they sent out a notice. They sent out a notice. Before, no electricity from 8 to 4. Promptly at 8 o'clock Sunday morning. Oh!
Right.
And then men start to
Don't say they didn't tell you.
by 3 o'clock in the evening.
Efficient.
Back on.
Yeah.
Once we have a problem there,
I want Trinidadians to stop knocking
The workers. Yeah.
It is not the workers.
But here my concern now. Here my concern. You see the follow up. I was waiting on it because they put all the bush on the pavement. I said, well, boy, I wonder how long they're going to take
to move it.
To move it now because I know you're going to run out.
Man,
I know you're going to run out.
Dumb truck.
But I yesterday, no, I passed it. I passed to Macoit. But I have a police vehicle and a backhoe and clean in a one. I love that.
There is compete now to show that we get done. I talking to an immigration man. The day after, people spend 5 hours.
Yeah, I saw that video. 4
flights. They know. I hear inside that they want to victimize that person for talking out. And I want to know, if you cannot tell the public, because the Trinidadians feel that immigration officers distressing Trinidadians. It's not immigration officers. It is they are not rostering people properly.
They roster
people
one at a
not
time.
getting their overtime. People not getting their traveling. The thing is being run badly.
Yep.
And for leadership is all that it takes. That when a plane touchdown, these people know, and I say, you know, that for a flight to touchdown today, that plan at least 7 days ago for people to know that they're taking a flight to come here. At least 7 hours ago, you know, a flight on its way to come here. You tell them you can't get a team out.
But they're not rostered to work, that's the point.
They want to work, but you're owing them money. You're owing them money. There are people working there 9 years that was supposed to be made permanent 6 years ago. When Trinidadians hear that talk, they doesn't understand what that means. When you go courts or Republic Bank to buy a house, you're working hard, you have your money, but you have no job because you're a temporary worker. And they don't make you permanent. So if the chief immigration officer not doing his job and the ministers are cluts, and you not letting the people, they're not bad talking the country, they're not bad talking national security, they're talking about their working condition. That's right up your alley. They're talking about he's a labor consultant.
Were you telling me?
Right, I just say. But I'm telling you, right?
Everybody.
For the people who look at industrial
You don't speak to nobody here, you know. I know everybody here, better.
Right, boss man. I just say that how could you silence people? How could you victimize people for telling Trinidad that it doesn't have to be so, that we are here, we want to work. That is the leadership in the organization that making a mess. And instead of the minister coming and say, "Hey, let me fix it. Find somebody who can run it for me. What y'all need?" Instead of that, you're looking to attack and victimize and shut people down.
Well, let them
That's
go.
unacceptable.
It will backfire.
That's unacceptable.
But it will backfire.
But it will backfire,
Look, boy, there.
Of course. No, he will get representation at all levels.
Right.
But today I pick up the phone, I call Ian Ali and I call Insha and I say, watch now, defend this man, you know. Defend him. Because he didn't bad talk nobody. To say other than the chief immigration
He also
officer.
said that they make the effort to make the country look good by working overtime. Correct?
Yep.
Correct. But right now they can't.
Well, in certain ministries or the statutory authority, there are regulations that prohibits officers from going on the media. And
That
talking
shouldn't
about-
be.
Yeah.
That should be removed. And I want to tell Trinidad and
That's
Tobago.
the law. I mean,
no, but
it's
that
not-
law should be repealed. You cannot tell a man that he cannot take industrial action and he can't even talk about the working conditions
He
that
can't
they
take industrial
under.
action.
That is insane.
Well, if you
Police should be allowed to
I
speak
think-
out. Police, you should allow them to say that in the police station that they're working in, the toilet not working. They are going next door rituals.
So his identity was exposed?
It's about medium for them to be able to do
Oh,
that.
then, so he saved it.
I mean, you just can't do that just like that.
Why you saying that though? And I'm saying to you, if you're saying don't talk about active cases, don't talk about things to do with third parties, don't talk about things that compromise national security, I agree with you 100%. But if I'm talking to you about my working conditions and I work in there 9 years, you promised me at the end of 3 years I would be permanent, 6 more years pass, and I still not permanent, and they have nobody dealing with that. And when I raise the issue inside the organization I work in, the organization victimizing me. Trinidad and Tobago working against itself, and I want the public to know. I want every single person who messaging me to tell me, oh, immigration officers, I want them to know it is not the officers to blame. It is the leadership of the immigration department, and it is the minister responsible. And they're playing games with people's lives. Brother
The
man,
minister is the Ministry of National Security, right?
brother man, you have children. You want to be able to
Ministry of Works.
buy a house and
National
leave something for your children. The bank don't have you to study if you don't have a permanent job. Those are simple problems to solve. You can't tell me that you know, this is what is getting me vexed. It's easy to say enforce that rule, enforce that law, but you know that people entitled to the overtime or the entitled for the traveling. You tell them you need a car for the job that you're doing. He's a traveling officer. So I'm sure there are terms and conditions under which you operate. They have to pay for certain things. In Germany and France now, you know they pass, you know the law they pass? That from the moment you leave your house, if your work, if you travel an hour to get to work, that hour, you have to be paid for that.
You consider
You are at work,
You're on the job as you leave the house.
you're on the job, and that is not wrong.
And
Then
that,
I will
that would
leave home early.
that would be an incentive. Something like rules
If
like
I'm working
that.
for 8, I leave home 4 o'clock.
No, rules like that will be an incentive for us to adjust our transportation system. You know that kind
Wrong
of thing.
color, wrong color. Wrong color.
This
Wrong color.
This
Color. Wrong. You go drink by yourself.
Have David Welch, Toto Bay.
Wrong color.
Yellow one?
Wrong color. I wouldn't say the word yellow. Wrong color. Wrong color. I appreciate the effort, David Welch. But the quick shop is right around the corner. Feel free to return.
Take a run. Take a run.
Feel free to return to the corner store, David Welch, but it's the wrong color.
My friend David Welch, I have never seen
Never
you.
seen that yet. That's alright.
Ronnie McIntosh have him like a cat on a hot tin roof.
That is the right man. You know, you have the technique. I can't do that, you know.
I can't do that.
All the years I drink in them things,
I
I can't do that.
That is
Well,
something I
let's show
can
off
do
now.
either.
I
Hey,
can't do that.
bring a opener for the man, please.
Not for that.
No.
Oh, Phillip. Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. I
You
take
bring
it
a
down.
green and he buffet and everything.
No, the opener is good color. But the liquid, wrong color. I'll wait, have patience. Sorry.
Whoever you bring for him the drink that he approve, I will drink
I
that.
think it's just in bottle and all the color is the same. You know?
Nah,
Colors
I
is the
see
same,
the
you know?
taste.
I know, no. I indulged in that for years. Uncle Peter will tell you that, brother.
Where's that?
No, he tell me all the
No.
colors.
I went.
It's not the same.
I
Nah,
went.
you're mad?
No.
You see how bashful he played? I went to a wild meat festival home by him.
A wild meat festival.
Well, I couldn't go a cafe
wild meat line.
You gonna hire me?
A
As
festival
chef,
you have
I
at
could-
It
home.
wasn't a lime.
A
A lime is a small
It's a
thing.
lime.
A festival.
A lime
It's
is
a
a
lime.
small thing.
A lime is a
When you see
lime.
the whole community, cars can come
No,
in,
no
cars
festival.
can
That
go.
festival.
That festival. You have to put here on the calendar. That event.
When is that?
So when you have in
When next when is it?
What month that is for?
That's before my birthday in April.
April?
Yeah,
April what?
around the 15th.
It's 14th. You lie.
Serious?
April 14th,
That was
brother.
a nice
Yeah.
session.
You see, so I automatically invited.
That was a nice
Yeah,
session.
not like.
I will bring my squad and join up. We make one birthday party.
Listen, if Ronnie Macintosh reach outside your party, whether he invited or not, don't you know?
No, we might end up on the stage.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
go end up on the
whatever.
stage,
On
Peter.
your
We go end up doing something.
He was in my birthday party.
I do all. I
was
do
in
his
my birthday
80th birthday
party.
party.
I would
The other day I do his
do what?
90th. You know 90th?
Hey, we have no choice. Man. Listen,
I was in Peter 90th birthday party the other day.
90?
Yeah, 90.
Yeah, that's funny.
I would love to be, I swear to you, in a
Mash up with that one.
cabinet
You didn't know that one was
with
coming.
Ronnie Macintosh. Ronnie, that energy that you just bring, but that knowledge, that's what you need.
Yeah.
You need people who understand.
I playing in the Calypso tent since the age of 7 years.
And I want to tie it to the immigration. You need somebody like that in immigration who understand it. You understand? People who working in organization, TNTech is a massive organization. You want to be led by people who understand.
But you know, Phillip,
what's
you know
going
it
on.
don't go so. So you're talking about. You know it don't go so.
It don't work like that.
You just say that because it sounds correct.
But
Yeah,
it should be so.
But I agree with that, but you know it don't go
He's
so.
saying a lot of things that should be, you know.
Yeah,
But the reality is,
But shouldn't we know how it should be
Yes,
if we
agreed.
advocating for change?
Agreed, well, yeah,
If
agreed.
we advocating for change, we should at least know if
What
they
we
give you a
want.
chance to change it, what you would change.
I never go wrong all them committee and thing. I never go wrong. I am in knowledge. I grew up. Adi Koto, my father. I grew up in the age of 7. I
You
played.
see,
I
Trinidadians have
played
been bred
I played
to
congas in the
believe-
Calypso tent at the age of 7.
Trinidadians
Before
have been bred
NCC
to
was
believe
CBC.
that
The
whatever
Carnival
they're
Development
getting
Committee. I was
is
part of
what
it.
is what
Thank
is
you.
Yeah.
what exists.
So,
The
we
only
can't
thing that
put-
exists is what you're getting.
All the heads who get a position.
Yeah.
Only go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead with all your Dimash grab with all your big carib cock on the
and
stage.
Carib Cock. Don't
And
forget-
then Chongras come on with 2 people with a placard. And then he sing and then somebody in a wedding dress and
Okay, but there's a market for that. It may not
But
be.
what?
It may not be 10,000 not chalk just with the placard. I'm saying.
for the Calypso.
For what?
Calypso.
But you know why
No,
the
no,
Calypso,
no.
but the Calypso 10 died? You know why?
No, a market for what?
What would you call?
A market
what
for
would you
what?
call 1985, 86 David Rudder? Soca or Calypso?
But they didn't
Calypso.
like, when David come in, they didn't like that at all.
The same minister, Gypsy's the minister. He had a NCC. Where he was?
Winston Peters, yeah.
Where he is? Head of NCC.
He is the,
Remember he
he's the
come.
chairman.
He come to attack Rudder the next year and sing Rambam. After Rudder had
That was, yeah, because David was 86. 86. He was the first Triple Crown winner.
Right,
Yeah.
and
Which is
and
Hammer and Bahia Gill.
Gypsy come out and sing a song. He say, "Sing Rambam, sing Rambalang."
Say many- no, but nah.
To wild
Yeah,
up-
but David
to
was,
wild up Rudder.
David was no Rambam thing.
No, I know
No,
that.
you
But
can't do
people
that.
are afraid of
Yeah,
change. When Marshall started in tents and make Calypso finals and thing, he gets sabotaged in Marshall, right?
What do you mean sabotage? What do you mean?
His-
All Calypsoners use that term sabotage.
No,
What do you do?
his thing was mysteriously interfered with.
That is not sabotage. That is thing where they do backstage and cut off chicken head and thing. People just get beat backstage with cookie broom. You laugh. But man, this guy is so fraternity.
Peter, you know that?
No, but,
Yeah, he's
but
okay.
thing with Mr. Yeah, but
That's
that's not sabotage.
You can't touch him. You can't touch him. Don't come and hug up and.
No, but some kind of son you carry. They don't touch the palm of your hand.
Don't shake my hand.
Backstage and the mask guy. People balling in the back, you know. Cookie broom and thing. Or you laughing.
You will kill Peter.
Don't spit that green thing on me.
You gonna
Keep
kill
your green thing in your mouth, you know. Because anyway, the good thing I walk in my rag to wave.
I was saying that thing again.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Sugar, that sound like a sugar loose.
I don't call on name, because I call name, it's funny. But there's a lot of
They will call your name in the song.
there's a lot of drama that we go on backstage, cocaine broom and thing, and you're in chicken ball and foul ball in the back. And they laugh at that.
Everybody want to make
Man, stand up so backstage. You can't, don't palm, we don't shake hand. You don't get in here. Mole of your head. Man, cover the mole of the head. I grew in that Phillip from the 8 to 7. I was in the consultant business.
People believe shopping they say, but then yeah.
No, it exists.
They believe in that boy.
I hear people balling in the back.
When you say it exists,
I mean, the cocaine broom they're beating it with. Not the one with the end with the little thing, they're beating it with the handle part, you know.
You know what I still do? When I come home after midnight.
walking backwards. Oh God! So tell me, as he said that, right? Walking backwards. I do that stupidness for years.
No, that's a real thing.
But I'm afraid.
But how real is it?
No,
Because your parents tell you when you reach home after 12,
No.
walking
but
backwards.
I wanna ask you,
I do it too.
If a spirit walking with you, you wouldn't talk to the spirit. I would try to understand.
No,
of all the places, if you was a magical spirit,
Yeah.
of all the places you could go, you coming by me?
You
So
know
you have a
where
conversation with the spirit.
Will you have to get by me?
where I living?
What, bro?
Where I living?
Where you used to live?
Where I living?
I know where you used to live.
I live in there.
But I know where you used to live.
Where La Perouse is.
Well, you're close.
Right. So when I come home at night,
I had a.
You just walking backwards?
I
Because
walk-
you live next to La Perouse?
No,
I had a.
No, not because of that. Not because of that. But I always do that.
You better walking backwards to see if anybody falling
Any
you.
bandit, any bandit,
No, it's not spread falling you. It's man and car falling you. You afraid of the wrong thing.
Man and car with God following
you. Peter crying. Peter blood crying.
That is why you're walking in backwards. It's a serious man with gun for
You studying spirit to make a joke. This spirit, what man? When you're lying, the spirit is already in you. Wherever you drink, that spirit. So you walking, you know what spirit you walking in it? But I might stay focused when you're walking on my table, walking backwards. And you're running from spirit, the wrong thing, but
No, hey, I hear some girls was walking through La Perouse late one night.
Why they walking through that place?
They take it as a shortcut. They didn't realize where it was. And I was walking through late.
I mean, they
How
realize.
they don't realize that's on the street?
Watch
Come on,
and they see a fella walking and they run up and they keep up with him. And he say, "Oh, they're scared." They say, "Yeah, boy." He say, "I used to be so when I was alive."
I hear that one already. I know that one already. Yeah, I know that one. That's a La Perouse joke. That's a La Perouse joke.
When
I'd still be running.
when I first moved here, I used to go on in the night. When I go down the avenue, I used to walk home. One night I come in the road, 2 o'clock in the morning. I alone, nobody in the road, no car, nothing. Boy, and as I passed the big gate,
Somebody call your name.
I just say bang! Boy,
Accident?
my heart
A car
no.
running to the wall?
A man coming over the wall.
Wait, is that being guy sleeping inside here? No?
Yeah, that means yeah.
Not sleeping, living there.
And next like a pastor there hearing a man bawling. It's a woman beating a man in the cemetery. You know? There's a hotel too, you know.
No, but
They was alive, or? They was alive?
Yeah,
No, you see all the people who
was alive?
all of the
The man in the wall was alive?
the fancy too.
You ain't sure?
All them fancy too. People living in them fancy too, man.
All these
Yeah.
guys and all
All them big
them
shot
big shot
things.
too.
Mausoleum.
Look
The building mausoleum for me, when to live.
Look at this topic with one spirit.
La Perouse.
La Perouse cemetery.
No, but they wake Peter up with our hand. They make him and cry. No, but my mother had me believing that she was. My whole life, I walking down the pavement. People tell you, step on a crack, you break your mother back. So I jumping all over the pavement.
What now then?
If you had to do
Driving
that
a
now,
portal. Driving a portal.
if you had to do that now, going cricket on Friday, my sister outside the Brazilian embassy on that street going into the Oval,
Yeah.
a hole in the road.
One hole?
You know, she ended up spending thousands of dollars to do CT scan or kind of thing.
Which means you have a hole in the road, a hole on the pavement.
But she
It had no paved road.
but you see if this was a real country, she have money to get.
Well, this she fall.
She forced her money to get still.
And guess where she works?
Peter Blood's sister, she
Guess,
will find you.
guess where she works?
Ministry?
in a lawyer's office.
Share money.
So you
Tell
know,
her sister,
she's
no, they
sick
may-
leave right now.
Share money.
All his sisters,
Yeah.
smart enough.
All her
Smart.
face, all her face.
Serious?
Yeah, all yeah.
but-
Michelle. Yeah.
Who's Michelle?
Yeah, all
Nah, that
Michelle
money, that money, that money.
knees, elbow, all kind
That
of
money.
thing.
Just invite me to the next birthday party. That money. She gonna
But
spend
you
all the
talking
money
about
for your next
the
birthday.
crack. How you make out now with all them crack? Every
you think-
pavement crack up.
you think
It have
that-
no perfect. The only perfect pavement it have is between Stone Street and Scottsboro Street.
Who live in there? You? I know they go fix you, go then.
They fix.
Hey, when you turn on Wrightson Road to come in the back here, oh my God, that road bad.
What's the purpose of this scrape on Rice, by the way?
I don't know. They say they're gonna
The
fix
what?
it.
This
They're scraping
scraping?
the road works.
But
Ron have money for
They're
that.
gonna patch it then.
Ron have money for
They
that.
go and do
patch it.
something. Separate.
But they
No,
scrape your roads
no,
again.
why?
No,
that
that
street
portion.
That street behind this Victoria there. There's run the Wrightson Road. That street.
Charles Street.
Now we guess it.
Nah, Charles.
That no, that
Charles.
one that is run right from behind the square all the way to Wrightson.
That
Road.
joke.
That street in a total.
That Duke Street.
That Duke
Street.
Street.
That Duke Street.
The Duke should ride them and tell them take your name off the street. That street is the worst.
That joke.
You know that is the longest
Nah,
street
you
in
know-
Port of Spain.
Joke.
Yeah, that start from Lavantil.
Yeah.
Top of Lavantil.
And you know it's the longest road in
Cross the road,
You
cross
know it's the
some-
longest road in
Am I like you in all
North.
that?
You know it's the longest road in the north.
Eastern Main Road. Western Main Road. Okay, but Western
How is the
Main Road.
longest road in
in
the
the
east? Eastern Middle.
How-
They're confusing me there.
But Eastern Main Road start in the north. Eastern Main Road start here in town. So how you call that the north?
No, it stops
No.
in town.
Western Middle.
Western Main Road start by where Harvard roundabout is. Roxy,
Tetron.
it's at Roxy.
Tetron.
That is number one. That is number one.
And where it ends? Carnage.
In the base.
They go Martin
Tetron.
West.
Chagaramas is
Don't where they go Martin West.
Where are Peter Avenue starts?
Here?
Right here.
Right here.
right here by
Oh,
Lapper.
okay, all the
Right by Whale. Ah!
Hey!
Give me a glass, please, because we're not marketing no product.
See, I
Nah,
don't pull
you
up my-
didn't take
I don't
They
pull
ain't
up
pay
my
for
thing.
no, they ain't pay for
See
that,
what it
Phillip.
is?
I
Pull up
don't.
my
Yeah,
tags.
you pull up your tongue. I don't.
Yeah.
I know. I don't do it. Give me a glass, please, David. No glass, but okay. Pull up the label. I don't. Watch me.
How
They
you
can't
get
pay
yours
for that,
off?
Phillip. You know how much views this gonna get you?
My neck up it off.
Yeah.
Real people going and tell people they see this episode of Rum Shop
No,
Talk.
I don't market
You
no
have to
product,
listen
brother.
to Ronnie McIntosh. I telling you.
Even photos. I don't
Yeah,
take no photo with nothing in my hand.
No, I don't
The
have a-
deceased. Alison and I see.
I'll turn it backward.
Yeah, we in Panorama. Panorama, the semi-final, whatever.
No longer drink
And they come to. Well done, David. Watch me. David
You could
Welch,
get-
brother.
But you can get David to get anything to
David
you.
Welch, brother. Give me two.
David, but bring some food now. Yeah, Giraport.
Yeah.
He get
Bring
points.
some grab and
He
go.
get points.
Listen to me. Alison and I see myself. Go and take a photo. We on the stage, Despos going on. You know, she was at Despos. I think that year I sang the song for Despos. And of course, okay.
Look,
Look, this is the best
Simon.
rum show.
We share Ronnie McIntosh on the show all the
Episode
time.
one.
Nah, but episode 2 will cost you. Yeah. There's a fee for episode 2.
The man bring pepperoni, boy.
Nice,
I
that's good,
didn't
that's good,
know
that's
we
good.
have
Thank you,
that.
David. Listen to me now. So we posing now, I think it's Garden Express because Ronnie and Alison and on the stage, the spots coming down.
There's well pop.
Like before they get run out of lab until they.
Yeah. Pepper.
Now send that so I may come here for food.
Oh gosh.
So we have 2 yellows. We have 2 yellows in our hand. What is that? Oh yeah, no flower for you. So anyway, here's the story now. Here's the story
You're
now.
breaking
No,
my-
You get caught up, you get caught
Put it in my
up.
mouth. I ain't do that.
Accident, yeah, accident. No flower.
You get caught up.
I
the
ain't
month.
forward.
You have a cup
Anyway,
here, you have a cup here.
hear the story now. Alison and I see myself now
Yeah.
on the big stage. They're supposed setting up, and they come now and they come with the big camera to snap. So I tell Alison, I said,
Yeah.
put the thing behind your back.
Yeah.
She said, I said, put it behind your back. One hand here and one hand behind your back. Is after she said, I said, Ronnie, why? I said, they can't pay for that.
Yeah.
Ronnie and Alison and I see with 2 yellows.
Yeah,
It's no way gonna end up on the front page.
That money.
Hey,
That's a front
That
page.
influencer, man.
No, this is social media, so you get your 40,000 views.
One time.
And that label on
Forever.
it for life.
As he
As
forever.
he
No,
bring
they
it,
pay for
I
that.
take it off as he bring it.
They
One
pay
time.
for that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They
I
pay
know
for
that.
that.
I was conscious of that. Yeah.
For the For the couple minutes I had it in my mouth, it tastes good though. No, but I had to finish the month.
Now you go make it. Oh, wait, what is what? Tell somebody.
Look, I tell you, I start up in for Nationality Green Shirt and buy doubles and buy Gani and things.
We're looking good, you.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
You're looking good.
Anyway, cheers, man.
If it's flour or the lack of flour that have you looking
Cheers,
so.
man. Oh, you mean this? No, it no feel like a rum shop. It no feel like a rum shop.
It take Ronnie McIntosh.
Yes.
To come in the rum shop.
Keep all your water, stack up all your water there. I don't want that.
You can't walk on one foot.
It's that thing. And if anytime I'm going to drink Phillip on.
Listen now. If you want it, let Peter call for it because he seems to be working magic.
Say the word. Where we going now? Say something.
It's not no more
Nothing.
Now you come good, David Welch. You come good.
Everything will work out, man.
You come good.
Now I go stretch it. I go last minute. No, the man.
Now, lady pepperoni now. Come back and take this back, because it's distracted.
They come for no food. Yeah. David, the man weak.
A week.
The man weak.
Spirit willing, but the flesh weak.
The man weak. Okay, put it by Peter there for now.
No, but that is good poor people food. But when you have nothing else in the house but pepper, you put pepper in a side of roti and that make a culture thing.
Never eaten pepper roti.
Serious?
Hey,
Never.
you do know
Never
you eat
tasted
roti?
Yeah, but I never.
You're missing out.
Serious. I have never eaten.
But you dry.
You ever eat a curry pilau?
Never.
Yeah.
Curry pilau.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
I was introduced to that in Tobago.
I see people that have this show. They have this show called
I've never eaten this.
Eat it.
Taste it, man.
I'll try it. Yeah.
Chopped on the food network. Where you open this basket and they pull out 4 things and wherever it is that way you
Make something with that, yeah.
I said, but I told might be normal. That we normal.
What do you call it?
Chopped. And there's a competition. Whoever in the basket that way and I cook it. Yeah, you know, eat curry pilau.
No, but I know I
I curry corned beef.
Yeah. I eat curry corned beef.
No.
Yeah. I eat curry corned beef.
You're allergic to corned beef.
I allergic to the price.
The price.
It's that 20 something now? $24.99?
No.
It was 17.
Boss man, I stand up now. I drive a van, so it's diesel. So it's still $220 to fill up for me. I'm in the gas station, and the man in front of me, he driving a Subaru station wagon, and he tell the woman, put $340. I said, how much you say? $340? Gas?
Yeah.
I said, I'll sell that car the next day and buy diesel.
Yeah. Not sure.
You know it is to watch that gas gauge drop, and you just put
How much men moving fast now?
$340 in
No, normal car taking $340 in gas.
He's a Subaru.
Yeah.
What your car say?
Well, the Benz take about almost 500.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's normal.
And
I have a vehicle there.
So that means
is that
he
what
wasn't
something
full
7 to
meter.
full? Yeah.
He wasn't
The
full
Hummer?
meter.
Yeah, the Hummer is about 7.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's why it's not park up outside there. At the home.
That gas or diesel?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gas is
I don't drive out to make a statement.
Gas
You
is
know,
madness.
you're just.
But between the gas and the flour, they kill people this year, boy.
Yeah.
They kill people, poor people, and who not poor people anymore. Everybody feeling that the price of baked goods, the price of flour, that's a 58% increase. That's why I'm boycotting it. You going and increase something, and you tell people it's temporary because of a war, and you didn't subsidize it.
Exactly.
But you could find $500 million to build a 1% flyover so people from Victoria Keys can get to Westmore.
Wow.
No.
When you asked me to be on this show, I told you that I am apolitical.
I know that.
I told you I do discuss politics.
I'm not discussing about
So what I about to say have nothing to do with politics.
Alright.
It has to do with reality and life.
Right?
There was no party and thing.
Nah, we ain't
Right.
compare that. We ain't compare
A friend of mine started to get some stomach pains night before the last. Right? Started vomit and stuff like that. It get serious. That kind of is that elderly lady.
Yeah.
Carried to our hospital, our main hospital, or
General as well?
our general hospital.
She's still there, right?
She's still on a chair in the corridor.
What you saying?
When? How long?
For men.
The whole of yesterday.
But
Well,
why-
up to this, when I call this morning, she was on the chair.
You ain't called
still.
The
Phillip?
man
That's
tell
kinda
me
normal
don't
thing,
talk
really.
politics, I'm gonna shut up.
But you ain't called Phillip?
He said don't talk. He said don't talk politics.
But you started.
Shut up. No, I'm gonna shut up.
You leaving him?
I can't touch that. The man say he apolitical. A man, I went to walk with carnival workers yesterday, and one of the fellas who speaks, he say he not political, but he want his land and he want this. I said, brother, when it was my turn to speak, I said, everything you want is politics. It's politics to fix it.
Yeah, but how come Peter could make us bring up a topic like that and then say he don't want to talk politics?
No, I didn't say. I just said
no, because no.
And I say I'm apolitical means that I'm not. I said
Well, any
really-
particular
really
But the
political
situation that woman in there is politics.
Yeah.
Because there's a reason why she's in that position. Because there's people on the head.
I just want to ask you something.
Call Phillip. I'll show him that. I didn't say it.
I don't think.
Phillip will.
I'll just show him it.
No, but Peter, my uncle just passed away, God rest his soul. My mother brother, only brother. I had to go and sit down in the hospital. And you hear me say tonight, because when it's your family, it is
It's different.
different.
It's different.
But I still have to realize that the working conditions these workers working under is insane. If you are spending $5 billion on public health every year, that means in the last 20 years, Manning, Pandey, Kamala, Keith, in the last 20 years, you spend enough money that you could have buy Barbados cash, $100 billion. Where's our public health? That your friend,
100 what?
billion.
Billion, yeah. You thought it was million?
100
No.
billion.
It's 20 years, you say. Multiply, can
100,000.
You used to work Guardian, you was big in the
That's
Guardian.
what
You can't
they
multiply.
spending
On what?
on public health. In the last 20 years, they spent $100,000 million on public health, $100,000 million on education. That's the kind of money that's spending in this country, and we are not going to pave road. Peter, we're not talking politics. Am I telling you something? Your brand, your voice, you, and all of us, because he have the energy of a 21-year-old, but we getting on in life, and we have to make sure that we live a better Trinidad and Tobago.
For what children?
I understand.
I worry about
And
my
your
children.
great
I mean-
grandchildren. You're telling me I have great grand?
Yeah, I'll great grand.
You have great grand?
Serious?
Yes.
Congratulations.
What do you mean serious,
No,
man?
but
You
no.
have great grand?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Watch him there, looking young there, so great,
Young
great,
boy.
great.
But and I'm saying to you, it's no longer acceptable, brother.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
It's no longer acceptable.
Well, let's hear what you have to say about that. Is
Now I will
it
leave it alone because
yeah. Is it
You'll be going
acceptable?
down.
this is
You
not
know,
the end. This is not the end.
You
of
know,
the
I tell
conversation.
people all the time, for the people who say they're apolitical, and you know, I remember at university we were told, I was reading something that was said by a great philosopher, Aristotle. He said politics is the means by which everything else is necessary.
I understand all of that.
And the thing is, if you don't understand, or if you feel that you don't want to mash any corn, or feel that it is going to come back to you.
No, I understand all that. But
When the wolf reach
one of
outside
the
your
reasons
door.
why I have been like this for 40 something,
That
42,
become a real thing for plenty.
for 42 years, I've been a professional journalist.
As a journalist, yes.
Right? I have never supported
Interviewed Phillip.
any
me, let me do
political
my
party.
thing.
I love Ronnie
42
McIntosh.
years.
Leave me, let me do my
Yeah, I
thing.
love him.
You know
Watch
what I
that. Watch
Fazil
that.
could say this, no. Fazil
Watch
get
that.
on already.
That is a warrior.
I finishing your sentence for your 42 years and I've never interviewed
There
Phillip
is a
Alexander.
political part.
Right.
Yeah, and the Cashew thing, this one,
I like
better, and that
Wakanda.
one, now.
That's why you bring me here.
Not
you
at
could
all.
stay, so you could
see,
stay quiet. You see, you'll bring me here for that. So
So
you
our
know, you,
first time in the rum shop, all you gone down this road. And I want to make sure, because all our older followers, 100,000 people outside, they want to make sure, all you
nah,
going
but
to
the difference
politics.
is, difference, me and Peter is foundation too.
Well, that's
So
right.
most of my little pong is what
That's
we
all
are
right.
accustomed to it.
No, that's right. But,
Yeah,
but
that's cool.
But listen, what he just said though, and I want to tell you this, Peter, you gotta believe me. I drive out my yard to come here. My little daughter looking out the window, and I drive back in and say, yes, what you want? Because you have to leave so much behind to do this. I hate being involved in it, you know. He could tell you. But if not us,
Who?
Exactly.
who?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're watching, and we ain't gonna dwell on it long, but you're watching what should be leadership in the country, not leading us nowhere good.
Yeah.
and leading us nowhere good.
And
People working,
We're not even being led.
but people working hard, and then going in the grocery. And what you don't have trolley money anymore. You have to pick up your basket money. It's basket money.
Working hard, and when the end of the month come, you're saying, this is what I will pay this month.
Yeah,
and next month,
do you mean that chocolate?
you know,
You
next
mean
month
that?
I want to owe this man next month.
I normally shop at 2 supermarkets. One is in Diego Martin. And
That is Spanish on them there?
one is in Diego Martin. And one is in Cocoris.
That is Spanish.
What is it, Cocoris?
But you gotta take them
Cocoris
to...
and Diego Martin.
Right, I know where the shop. Go ahead.
And the Cocorit one, so I keep my bills every month. And I went there last month, and when I take the bill from January, I look at the bill.
It's
I
mad.
said, what the hell is this?
It's a daily
Boss,
basis, you know.
boss. This is what I'm trying to
There's
tell
no
you.
order, there's no order.
Peter, this is what I said.
There's no
This is
shop
what I said
there.
earlier.
No longer.
It's
You
wherever.
can raise the price of deodorant.
Yeah.
You can raise the price of biscuit. But when you raise the price of foundation,
Basic.
like flour and
Oil.
gas
Oil.
and oil, eggs, you're going to affect
Cheese.
Everybody.
Cheese.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Because you have to use it. That is necessities. You have to use that.
You know much people in this country sitting down, and we Trinidadians, we have a lot of false fucking pride. You know much people sitting down home, hungry, but what he just says a fact.
Yeah.
Is either eating well or have lights on.
Yeah.
And every you're hearing TNTech talking they need a raise, and because hyperinflation, what people don't understand is if gas go up and flour go up, it affects the price of TNTech. That's what hyperinflation is.
I have a question. Anybody experience this cell phone thing with B-Mobile?
Yesterday.
When
What is that?
you make a call,
The person
the person on the other end didn't hear you.
That's correct.
And then-
They call you back.
Up to today,
You know what? I sit down.
They call it back and
that's a racket.
They call it back.
I'm asking because instead of paying for one call, they're paying for two.
No, I sit down on the round table, I swear to you all, in 2012 with Rowley, when he was the opposition leader. And he said to us, all of us on the team, that the first call, when you make and it don't go through, you gotta call again, is because they're monitoring you.
No, that is different. I politics. I talk about this is B-Mobile
Bossman,
and
if you
them running
did
a
that-
racket now.
Did you sell that? Did you sell yesterday also? Because my phone is Digicel.
They're monitoring you.
And
No, but they monitor the whole country.
Yeah,
They're
no.
monitoring you.
Yeah.
If
You
it
call the
happen-
person and
That's not money thing to make.
No,
To double up?
if you talk to somebody who they're monitoring,
Yeah.
now they're monitoring
But
you.
me, but
Yeah.
but the
Yeah,
people
you're
I talk
right,
to today,
you're right.
I doubt they monitor them.
So they monitor me now then, after I'm shot today?
Nah, just telling me I was
They're
drunk.
monitoring you long time.
That's telling me I was
They
drunk.
take your
You can
subversive-
use
But I have
alcohol as
no
an excuse.
You're subversive.
I have no
Peter.
cocoa in this.
No, but they
No,
sell out.
no,
They
no.
sell out
It's
Digicel.
a
You
big
know
man.
what? You know what? You're entitled to your cocoa. I'm being honest with you. You're entitled to your privacy.
Yeah.
This country, ass backwards. We believe we're not entitled to free speech and we're not entitled to privacy. That is wrong. You're entitled to both. You're entitled to both. I want to live in a country where the police officers could tell the government, this is not correct. We need to be there. We need immigration and nurses and doctors. You know, if they didn't have a gag on doctors, people feel that doctors, you see, it's so easy. And you know what a gag is for? Because you can't defend yourself. They will throw things in the public space through the media and stuff that you now will bad talk immigration and bad talk TNTech and bad talk WhatsApp. You can't defend yourself.
Yeah.
So you who want to do better can do better, and the public don't know that you are not responsible for not being able to do better. Everything in this country could fix. I have spoken to directors of public prosecution. I have spoken to judges. I have spoken to senior people, WASA, TNTech, Ministry of Works. A certain short man minister
Oh God, stop choking up.
send out a WhatsApp and they copy it. Somebody copied it and send it to me.
Stop
Senator
listening
Why?
to Phillip. Yeah.
So as he put out that post, all they responding. So what I asking is, so you telling them, don't fix nothing.
Because in the post it said you're making me look bad. So leave it so.
You serious?
Swear. So you know.
Put it up on your phone there.
No. You know. So now that, but the workers ain't taking them on. A certain minister sharing pictures from inside a hole when they fix our pipe in Cocorit. And he's seeing a plumber holding a 6-inch pipe and he referred to it as a 21-inch main.
Wow.
And you're a government minister. And his job is to put that information in the public space. We are not being led right now. You're right. But we're not being led anywhere good. We're not. People want to cuss these people who burn in these tires. I can't do that in good conscience. I went in Chaguanas. When you go in Chaguanas, if you come in from south and you want to go into Chaguanas to go by Price Plaza side,
Yeah, that more that there. That more yellow. That more
the
green.
ramp you could have go up, that's closed. So you have to turn in a side street. That side
Baman.
street. That side street. If you come down first road, there. I'm gonna film it tomorrow. I didn't have the time today. There is more hole than road. And I'm not joking. When you see it for yourself, you have to drive that whole road like this.
The Independence Square one fix by express.
No.
Has the
It's still
penis on George Cabral Street been?
No.
The penis
No.
is still
They
standing.
don't
The
care.
penis is still
You
standing.
can't embarrass these people anymore. And people think that they're going to shame them and embarrass them and put them on blast.
They don't
But
care.
They don't care.
What's right?
They
You know when
Usually
that
workers-
go and fix. Anytime you see them thing going and fixing, you know election is
Election
probably.
coming, yeah.
But how, you know
right
something? I
down.
have observation.
Miss Sergeant, a lady
Go ahead.
from Belmont, called me. She said, we're waiting to use the community center that they did.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
She said, we're waiting to use the community
Which
And they say she
In
can't.
Belmont,
They
right up Journey,
say she.
How many-
They not open yet.
You-
But
Yes,
but function going on
but
inside.
function going on in regular.
They have a new community center.
As you turn off Journey, where that
But the
building,
normal.
you see where that building under construction right now by Memorial
But we
Park?
cut was.
Yeah, I
Right
think
next
it
door
was
to it
something
is the
in the back
new
end.
big red, painted red community center. But the community can't use it.
Why?
But there was a function while you
While
videotaping.
she's saying
There's a
that
function going on
thing
inside
going
it.
on
Why
inside
they can't
it,
use it?
Oh God,
they're not opening it to the public.
Yeah, but if it's you and you want to ask something, well, go
Well,
ahead.
it's Peter. Peter could have you with him.
Let me make a comment here. And you're talking about tires. You ever see Tobagonians burn tires? Them don't burn tires, you know. And no, we want justice. Them don't go through that, you know, brother. It's ding, 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 bang, 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 bang. Yeah,
Yeah, you
Story.
don't see that, you don't see them. You don't
They
see
don't
that.
block no
You
road.
don't see that at all.
They take your t-shirt, they take your money, they take your cell phone,
No,
and they shut you down. No, real talk.
no, but
So-
generally Tobagonians live probably a better
Bowling
quality
is
of
fine,
life than
you know.
us in
That
Trinidad.
brother
The only thing Tobagonians want from Trinidad right now
is an audit.
no, well, we want the audit. But what Tobagonians want is land, is a land registry
Yes.
that gives them ownership of their land. Plenty people in Tobago know that they own the land.
Yeah.
They inherit
Transfer
it,
your
they
water.
inherit it, but they still can't get title to their land. And that kind of foolishness, that you need to fix fast for Tobago. But other than Tobagonians, I tell people, I know Tobagonians that two sided slippers are matching, but they own land.
Oh yeah.
I was go for 4 days, 5 days, and no feel to come back.
They own land. They might flaming for you. You don't like my two slippers, fine.
That's your business, yeah. But look my
I
land there.
own
Look
land.
my 2
What
acres.
you own?
Look my 2 acres there.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is fixed.
Yeah.
What you own?
Yeah.
It's too easy to chain up Trinidadians and the latest thing. And I tell them today, I say the missionaries did it with holy books, you know. You fool them and
Yeah,
rub them
rub
blind,
them,
you name
yeah.
them street and you give them keys to the city and all this.
I think I got a key to the city from John Rahal. Yeah.
Serious?
But I never get the key.
The actual key.
We did a photo up. And then when I call him Monday morning to get the actual key, I still get wrecking Port of Spain.
But they can't wreck you, you have a key, but they get
No, but nobody, the police asked me,
Get
you
out
have
the
the key on you?
As-
The police asked me to see the key.
Yeah.
So I didn't have the key on me, so he gave me a ticket.
Hazy Crawford Stadium.
Oh God.
He have a VIP box for Hazy Crawford.
His name, his own.
Yeah.
And when he come there,
And they put him out.
when they put him out, somebody else was there?
He was denied entry to his
Who
stadium.
denied that entry?
whoever the people.
Boss man,
Nah.
they repossess the man house, you're telling me.
Yeah. Whoever's
Here's
having
the government get thrown in the
whoever's having the
street.
thing, the
Yeah.
function, they
Trinidad,
technically are
They
coming
treat them
inside.
bad.
So he paid to come in? Did he pay to come in the stadium actually? Did he pay?
No, I don't think so.
Alright, so he
But you
paid.
won't know. But you won't
Right,
know.
so he better come in.
But
So
you
I'm
say
waiting
this.
on my box, you know, with my name on it.
Yeah.
And he didn't give all the
In my stadium,
in
in my stadium, with my name on
Right.
it.
So okay, so I paid the 200 to come in.
Right.
I said, my little friend and them we going up in there.
The VIP
I showed
box.
off them. I said, you go up in my boot now. And he reached by the step in out. The fella in the little blazer. Tell him what? Can I go in? Or somebody was there.
I don't think it
Our
was.
government minister was there.
I don't think it was to the box. I think it was to the stadium.
Oh, but you know, you just
No,
say,
but-
you
but
say,
no,
you
but
get
better-
box.
no,
I'm
he said
telling you
the
that
box.
he has a
He
has
said
a
something.
box.
Peter,
Right.
Ola said something just now.
And he has a
And you're like,
stadium.
you know, they treat coffee bad.
He body.
They treat him
Body.
Treat them bad.
Body.
They mean they treat them bad.
They treat them
They
bad.
treat them normal.
body.
They treat them- No, they treat them worse than normal. They treat him
Who they,
bad.
okay, who they treat good?
Trinidadians.
And this is any
But
administration.
Trinidad-
There's not one administration.
But Trinidadians.
Okay, look at culture. I mean, like,
You're not dead.
look at
Yeah.
forget
Yeah.
you're there to get your tune play, right?
Yeah.
But let me say from a mass perspective. I mean, the kind of duties and they look at feathers. Feathers now is the world WHO had the bird flu. So bird flu was a big thing. So you can't bring no feathers. You gotta get the vet and thing. Bird flu done shut down almost 1,000 years. You know, we still going through pressure to bring in feathers. When you're bringing the feathers and you get the permit and everything, you're making mass for St. Lucia. The same feathers you paying one set of money on. When you stick it on the costume and you put it in a box
It's a different money.
and send it back, when you send it back, you don't need no permit. Follow what I'm saying. The feathers I bringing in
Right.
to make the costume
Right.
and go through all the red tape.
Okay.
Right? And when I make the costume and I put the thing on it
Yeah.
here and I stick it on
Yeah.
and I put it in a box and I send it to Barbados,
Yeah.
they don't need no pay.
That doesn't sound like the COVID regulation. Everything about COVID, that sounds to me just like.
Barbados is a different country. I
No,
don't
that,
know.
no, that's with Barbados. No, Barbados and Lucia, Grenada, Antigua, when I send back them feathers up there, they don't want no permit for the feathers.
And CSME,
Oh,
Caribbean Single Market Economy thing, that
You
you
know,
that?
but there are
Look,
so many
cheers,
icons.
yes.
There are so many icons that
I mean, nothing.
not treated well. I'm calling a fella name, and you know what I'm talking about. Ad Knox.
yeah, Knox, we know Knox from Knox Street.
90 years, 90 years.
Peter, I want to ask you a question. Do you know why Observatory Street is named Observatory Street?
No, I don't.
Do you know the first line of latitude drawn on planet Earth ran through Trinidad? And there is a fort
What's your first
on
line?
Observatory
Listen to
Street
the man.
that have a slit that they used to use to run the what is now GPS, global positioning.
No.
That's why Observatory Street is called Observatory Street.
Our children know this in school.
What they teaching them in school? They have so much things I had to learn. So the same way I had to go and double check and make sure this thing is true. We have a dish in Chagaramas.
I remember
where
the
they let
dish.
him fall apart.
Yeah, that mashing up.
That was to track the first intercontinental ballistic missile.
Yeah, I know that.
Remember
Yeah, I know
we
that.
have those things. Why that not a museum, a site?
Yeah.
Why that not something?
You know, we have submarine hangars and thing in Macquarie.
Well, because Macarip was a natural
submarine,
deep water harbor.
yeah.
I know we have no more Shagville.
What's that? What's that? What's that? What's Sharkville?
What's wrong with it?
What was that?
Something like a politician.
That is
I
something.
just-
That is
I just said-
something we might have to
No, I
remind
just said
our children
Macri,
about.
oh, you said Macri, but remind me of Shagville.
Boss,
What's
I used to
that?
go Shagville.
look
Yeah,
at
I
look
have
at from
stories
Peaks
of
to Westmore.
I
Look
just
at
said
from
about
Peaks to
Peter,
Westmore.
When last you went Shagville?
And know that across the road from all of that,
Let me come out of this
we
room.
used to have a fishing village up in Kokorit. All them people. We just sit down now and watch the sea over Bayside Towers. Them have no access to the sea.
The fishing village. What do you mean?
All them people in Kokorit had in place water hole and thing that used to be involved in fishing have no access
I still
to
in
the
Kokorit,
sea.
you know.
We can't get to the
After
sea.
the gas station, the little small gas station, and then they had Glenn's Jewelry.
Peaks gas station.
Right, I
What
said
is
them
Peaks gas station? I tell people, don't believe me. Water used to come on Western
I used to go and bathe there.
right there.
I used to live there.
I used to go and
I
bathe there.
lived there.
That's where the fishermen used to come and fold the
And they used to
boats.
pass through my yard. I know about
know
shark
what-
palang and thing. I used to be out in the sea.
Sea water used to be
Generally.
Yeah.
on Western
Yeah.
Union.
But man, for August
Yeah.
holidays is every day we in the sea. I grew up with the pushets, you know,
That's what
brother.
I'm saying to you.
And
that's
it
what I'm
wasn't
saying to you.
beach. It wasn't beach.
No, I grew up with
it was
Edmond
filled.
Pushet and them.
They open a fish fry center in Carnage. Up to now, nothing fried there yet.
What do you mean? There are no fish or no oil?
Nothing.
For oil going up, you know. And you need oil to fry. I just ask you, why
I
did
wa-
it?
I wonder-
What is the
I would
reason
love-
they fry?
I
Is
would
it no
love
fish?
to be in a parliament with this man.
I'm asking. No, hold on, Peter. You say nothing you fry.
That's what they're telling me. Not to
Okay,
fry
what's the
it.
reason for the fry? They ain't get no fish yet, or they get
I
no
think
oil?
they open the thing. I think they open
But
the
they are
thing.
not the fried.
Oh, they was in a frying pan.
It
There's
wasn't
something
ready to-
wrong.
It wasn't ready to open. It wasn't ready to open.
You can't just say that and then fry nothing.
Carnage.
How you-
Carnage.
how
From
you-
Carnage to Cocorine.
How you mean it wasn't
You
ready
know,
to open?
Peter,
It
you
just a
understand
open.
when you say that. You only asking how you mean, you know.
Why they open it?
For the photo up for the media.
Why?
We talking about the police station, the 51 for 53 minutes, another one.
The fish
sorry.
fry.
Oh, the fish thing. I thought it was the
The
station.
oisin thing.
I thought it was the station, the shell.
We do not respect, and I'll give the band leaders and them props for this. That where the culture gone, government had no idea it was going there. With the music, with the band, with the carnival, where all that went. In fact, I'd go so far as to say, listening to him speak, the state has not kept up with the vision.
We on our own.
The state has not kept up with the vision of where carnival could be. We still forcing soca mass to fit
We
on
on
the same-
our
You know,
own.
you know a trains in the world, the space of a train track is the exact width of Caesar's chariot. That's why that is the size they use it. That's what they're doing there. They're doing them there. Them forcing this carnival to fit into the first model of carnival. And he come here today and show us why there is a different
I
model of carnival.
didn't know was my input in that. All of them could fit.
But but you okay? The
All
one that
could
the one that
coexist.
missing, the missing link.
What I say is,
you
what he
bring
say-
that missing link.
Boss man, all I say to
Oh.
you is this. How he talk about carnival, Trinidad could have 2 weeks of carnival that could make more money for this country than oil and gas could make.
Because nobody wants to tell us what do we contribute to the GDP. Here now.
And everybody sleeping in bed with mommy. Because all them bedroom rent
Watch me. Right now you can't get a hotel
Bed
room.
and
now.
breakfast.
Bed,
You
everybody has a
cannot
bed and
get
breakfast.
a hotel room.
But you understand?
The rental car companies were forced to sell out some of the fleet
You have
based on the pandemic.
You are not
That's where.
Now,
Where that is?
I said the rental car companies were forced to sell out some of the old cars.
Where?
Trinidad, sorry, I'm home, I'm talking home. So in the pandemic now, things slow. So they sell out some of the older ones.
Okay,
Now
okay.
they sell out to keep afloat. Phones that are ring now for 23.
Yeah.
That are going to find
Find
vehicles
more
now.
cars. Yeah.
So you can't get a rental vehicle right now for carnival.
Peter.
Neither a room.
Peter, that's what I'm saying to you. What's happening?
it's a business.
It's happening by VAPs.
It's a business.
It's not happening
With planning and
with
thought
planning.
and
Nobody's saying. And you had 2 years of lockdown.
But man,
You had time to redo everything. Ola?
reset.
You could have
Great
redo. You could have reset
reset,
everything.
reset, yeah.
You could have said the I hear them talking the mother of all carnivals. I hear
which
that.
mother? The stepmother? What mother? Listen to
Adopted,
me.
We was never the mother, no carnival.
We
was never the mother, no
Dean
carnival.
Akin, who want to say whatever they want about him, right? And I'm 1,000 band here at that school. Dean Akin, Yuma, which is Sean Burkett and them, Ronnie and Caro. But man, we set the pace, you know. There are people that's coming here Carnival Sunday, you know, and collect their costume. And by Tuesday night they're leaving on the midnight. You know.
Yeah, they on the plane in the costume.
But
Yeah.
they had the headpiece in their hand because
Yeah.
they were going to hang it up in the
Yeah,
house. And they had the
yeah.
whole house lined up with all the headpieces. Providing you play with a particular band that your costume may fall apart.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know, some
Just throw that out there.
headpieces
Just
don't
throw that out
last
there.
2 hours.
Just throw that out there.
Ronnie and Caro
We
headpiece
don't unravel.
don't last 10 years.
We don't unravel. Because we last same headpiece in this carnival.
No, but the point I'm making is we just bring in the people and nobody can tell me what are we contributing to the GDP. The amount of foreign exchange we just bring it in, you know. Ronnie and Caro clocking about 55 to 60% foreign base.
And then you are.
And all them people
Tribe.
all them
All them
people
people come out
spend
anyway.
money. That's a eat.
When the
That's a
Tribe,
eat.
Newman, all of them. have
when the
to do
website go up, I tell you,
That's a
and
eat.
Tribe say they sell out, it's foreign because them into planning.
Yeah.
They book Hyatt already, you know. When they checking out, the Wednesday or the Thursday, they just check in one time, you know.
You know.
So okay, but Eric Williams had said, if
Who, the father of the
Trinidadians,
nation? Oh my God.
if Trinidadians
The
had
father.
put, if Trinidadians put the effort we put into Carnival, into any other venture, we could put a man on the moon. That is, looking at what he's saying now, that is not an insult.
No, it was never an insult.
No, but it's not an insult because
That's a powerful statement,
if the system that they've created, if the state could get on board with it and maximize the potential of it, you're talking about when you look. I had done a research. I can't quote it now, but I had done research years ago about what New Orleans brings in. Fat Tuesday, Fat Tuesday in New Orleans.
Normal.
That challenging our
You make it
national
Tobago
budget.
go and turn upside down for October. I telling you, Tobago go and turn upside down for October. All who underestimated that the business, but Brooklyn planning, Toronto planning.
Food could, Tobago could actually
You
stock-
making joke
we
about
stock
this carnival
food
thing is a
for the island.
is a zombie thing.
So look
Okay.
at what we're talking about, right?
Food.
But look at this, and you say food. We're not growing.
Why?
We're not growing.
Because we're not allowed to grow anything. Because it will affect certain people from bringing in certain imported stuff. Peter Billard, don't start, man. We are trying not to be political, okay? The reason why we're not growing stuff is because if we grow stuff, it will affect the people who is bringing in stuff.
Who
You
imports
follow
it.
me? Are you following?
Tell if farmers are allowed to farm the 90,000 idle acres of farmland that we have, the 30,000 registered farmers, they will create so many jobs. They will reduce the price of food so significantly. They will save so much foreign exchange. Just those three things alone.
He gone.
Nah, go ahead.
Just those three things alone. So we're talking food. We're talking all of the things that should matter. We're talking culture. If this is what the culture, if this is where the culture have to go now, go with it. Go with it.
It's our
And
business,
he
brother.
said,
All we looking for
you
is money.
said you want while that carnival going on, and he said the two could coexist. They have a space, planet in that while this going on.
By the way, the focus is beyond the band leader and all they're making a set of money. Don't forget, beside the band leader is
The
the
hotel-
maximum
the
kind of
hoteliers.
for Big and Shark, you know. Is the old lady who have she little annex in the band
Yeah.
leader. She getting her 300 a day. US, you know. By 4 nights. For 3 of them, you know. If those study the ban and the feathers passing, oh God, look at money Dina can make it. Those study that, you know.
No.
It's a whole chain reaction that the whole thing, everybody eating.
When they come in here, you can't find space in breakfast shed for 2 weeks to get food.
Telling you,
here.
no.
So okay,
Forget the band
so
leaders.
I'm saying again, all of the things that could fix, maximize the potential of it and fix it. That's where we need to start. If you have people that understand this, sit with them,
That business, but I not another
talk
business.
with them. So then you bring the rental people and the real estate people and whoever you want to bring together to say, okay, this is how the money going and flow here. Let's do this. Let's plan for this. One of our members, Sean Sunarai, he works in the cruise ship industry. And when he talk time and motion, when a ship dock and you see people coming off and taking a little pose and taking a little picture, you're not seeing the army of ants that is what keeps that floating kitchen.
Yeah, they have their logistics on point. Everything is scientific, digitized. I mean, they know everything was going to happen, when it's going to happen,
When they
how
tell you
much.
Singapore is a third the size of Trinidad and Tobago and they move more shipping containers in an hour than we move in a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we know that we don't have to reinvent the wheel. What you telling you? Make it make sense.
But I'm on a business, you know. Because here the weird part. They will focus on the band leaders about, they're not keeping no story and
I don't mind if you're making big money, brother.
But
I
don't
need
forget
some
that.
rich friends.
But the point I make is that
Stephen.
It's prime time, it's high season.
When is your band
Hyatt,
launching?
Hyatt rates will be the highest.
Friday is your band launching?
Tomorrow, yeah.
Trinidad invited or is a get on the list kind of thing?
No, it's invited, but it's a small venue. The emphasis is very on social media. So it's videos. But we still have a little thing where we show something else for special people.
So you don't need to promote?
No need to.
Carry on.
That's okay, we're good. But what the point I'm making is that when you focus on the band leaders, the only time that Hilton and Hyatt is sell out is carnival time.
Now I want to tell you this. Make your money. This is not about you making money.
But hold on, besides making money, I have seen
nobody-
people on the avenue. When the band passing, you can see the counting. 1,000 people by 4,000, that is 4 million. If you spend 2.5, yeah, 1.5 remain. It's not that easy, but you know the business. A truck trailer generator, one truck, I think it's $60,000-$70,000 for one truck. So they just see the feathers thing pass and say, oh,
And everybody in truck business now, you create whole industry. Because from the time carnival coming close, all them flatbed that lying down all over the
That's
place
right.
hiding, being assembled into the
No,
trailer for carnival.
It's a whole bunch.
Okay.
You got sang this song about, it's not about just the artist.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing. It's the man who picking up bottles. That same 5 cents thing I was talking about with plastic. Very good topic. But they're saying is, long time the man who picking up bottles used to benefit the lady who outside the fete with the little tray
You know what I mean?
with cigarette and dynamite and
Yeah.
orange.
Yeah, but that, yeah.
So what's saying is, so when the carnival shut down, it's not just the band leaders suffer.
It's everything is a chain reaction.
No, but
This,
Yeah.
brother, I want to say, this has been one of the most enjoyable episodes.
based on the
of
fact
this
that we
show.
got.
Based on the fact that the rum shop function like a rum shop.
Thank you very much.
But it's because a certain gentleman who's, we ain't gonna call his name, just he has strings in this particular organization, and because we never see this before. And if we had invited him for the first time, maybe we'd have Gira Pork tonight, because we keep talking about that Gira Pork. Anyway, so I need to say, and I give all the opportunity to say thank yous, but I want to say thank you to Peter Blood and Ola and Ronnie McIntosh for joining us tonight on the Rum Shop. And find your camera and say your good evenings, because we had to bring you all back. But
I have no problem coming back, but basically I want to say that you have been doing a fantastic job over the years, and I've been paying attention. But in terms of my aspect of the thing, which is culture and the mass and thing, I don't know. One, Tobago, please don't underestimate your carnival in October. You know, get focused. Who have a little place, fix it up, because people come in.
things could happen.
Right. In terms of announcements, THA, or give us some information.
Get in again.
As soon as possible. Let me start another ad. I ain't see no ad, no way. Let me start to get an ad, put it on the Caribbean Airlines flight, do something, pump it, right? In terms of our thing, well, everybody up and running, Yuma inside, try Dean Akin and them inside, Ronnie and Carol around the corner, and the buzz is there, the energy is there, because you can't get a hotel, you can't get a rental car at this point. So we're looking forward to the mother of all carnivals in 2023, and of course, yeah, the thing evolving, and wristband, make sure
Let me get
customer
it.
service.
Let me get it where it's supposed to be.
Let's go. It's a business though. It's a business, yeah.
Yeah, man, I just want to thank Mr. Alexander for having me on the show.
It was my pleasure, though,
Yes,
brother.
man, yes,
This
man,
is
man.
the start of something bigger.
Nice man,
Telling
nice
you
man,
that,
nice
yeah?
man, nice man, right? Nice to be in the midst of everybody, legendary.
Yeah, man.
So,
I mean,
so
icon,
much
man. I mean, they call me the baby icon.
the icon, right? Mr. Peter, looking good. Mr. Stephan. Well, everybody have no life that may look like Stephen Williams. When you say, oh, look like Stephen
Oh
Williams.
God, nah, man.
Everybody on my life.
No, but they lie.
Everybody on my life. I say, yeah,
You
look
could
like
get in
him.
trouble when you want that.
But at least when you talk, just pay attention.
Yeah, right.
So when he was commissioner, though, you ever get
the
yourself
time, all
through
the
a block and thing?
All the time.
Boss,
Yeah, boss. Yes, sir.
yeah, boss. We know you're checking on me.
So, on the thanks for the opportunity for inviting me. And
Good vibes. Good meeting you too, brother.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Respect. What
man.
you mean?
Looking forward to, yeah, that's another show. It's not
Yeah, man.
Bigger things.
Yes, man. Yes, man.
Well, thanks for having me, for inviting me.
And I hope you invited me to the 91st birthday party. He said
Definitely.
coming. Yeah.
But
I'll be performing there.
what I must say that I was very impressed. August company included, and I really wish that you could market this more aggressively, because I noticed like throughout the 2 hours that we have been talking, no mention of how to find it.
Just do that when they edit down after.
Oh.
That's what David Welch does.
Push it aggressively. Let as many people see
They do that. dividends are
that Trinidadians are talking about things that concern them, concern us as Trinidadians.
Correct.
Important things.
I wanted to ask you, you were talking about what you were working on now that you're no longer in the media. You have stuff happening now that
I have a podcast, but the podcast problem is that I had 2 big sponsors in the first year, but that has
lockdown my shop.
Yeah, so I'm looking for a sponsor, a corporate sponsor.
Give them
Anybody
your
out
number
there?
now. Tell them your number.
362-6239. Call me.
Or management running 7406-722.
Call Ronnie McIntosh.
But
I look for 10%.
Yeah, 10%. Yeah.
That is Peter Rainblood.
Yeah, man. Right.
Thank you.
Stephan?
Yeah, tonight I am really happy to be around 2 of the greatest salmon that I've worked with since 1988. And Ronnie, I mean, I strained my back in a fit with a woman on my neck.
Oh Lord, man. Lord, man. Again, blame again. Lord, man.
No, but I mean, this man is an icon. I mean, if you...
He says a baby icon.
Baby, just come and baby icon.
baby
But I roll with Baron and I'm still in. Yeah.
And Ola, great to meet you all tonight.
What is the commissioner name?
Stephen.
What's your name?
Same name, man.
I just checking.
We in the rum shop. We in the
5
rum shop.
o'clock in the morning.
Hey,
I can have big city for you.
see you all next week.
Yeah, man. Goodness.
Yeah, okay, now.
Good night.
5 o'clock in the morning. Come now, sing that, man. You want out a key anyway, man. And then never tell you out a key.
That way, when I was saying.
I go drink to death.
We in the rum shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
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 So bring a rum, bring it come in the rum shop talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
So bring a rum, bring it come in the rum shop talk.
Yeah. Yeah.